Let's unmute and say hello, everyone. Good evening. If you are in the eastern part of the world, the central part of the world, we know it's morning on the western side of the world. Hello, everybody. Yes, it is I, Vegeta. It is not Bots. Bots is on vacation, but the show must go on. Sorry for my camera, guys. It's the best I can do under the circumstances. It's better than having no camera, right? We're trying. We're trying. Hopefully, the audio is good, though, because it would be really bad to have bad audio and to have bad visuals. So hopefully, let me make sure the audio is audioing people. And welcome to the show, people. What is trending? Now, I might be a little bit behind on the news, people. Let's start with some disclaimers. I might be behind because unlike Bots, I haven't been on vacation. I've been busy, family commitments, spending time with my family while working, traveling, whatever. I didn't even get to see the game live on Monday. Had to watch the game after the fact. I guess for a neutral, pretty good game. And then after the game, I don't even get a chance to enjoy what could have been called a super. If it was on Sunday, no, that was a super Sunday uh, type of a match because obviously the reports you saw you saw what the thumbnail was. You see Bruno Fernandes apparently spoke to the media. Apparently, it's not a recent one, but yeah. And then obviously at the game, man like Kobbie Mainoo's brother must be his half brother because they don't look alike. But his brother apparently is making statements. And then even as I'm preparing for the show, I'm seeing more stuff on Kobbie. And the reason why, to be honest, now that we've got the disclaimer out of the way, actually, before I get to what I wanted to say, big up to everybody in the chat. Let me not be rude. Shout out to Faith. Now you know who's in the chat. Faith, good evening to you. Good evening to Luman, Javed, Doctor. I see you. Lenny, I think I saw you. Are you still here? Shout out to Lenny. Just shout out to everybody, and of course, guys, if you haven't already, please just hit the subscribe button. If you haven't, again, maybe you thought you did, just go check if you liked the video. We are primarily streaming on the Football Power Hour, but this stream is also going out to my channel. We have to put some content on there for the algorithm. So please, guys, do the right thing. Share it out to other people. Let them know we're live, especially on Bots' channel. Wish him happy holidays. Man has been working very hard this year. We know he's done a couple of late streams. He's moved streams, but he's always given us a space and opportunity to say what's on our mind. So let's help him get to his next subscriber goal, guys. Of course, on the Football Power Hour, there are memberships, people. Please, if you are feeling generous, maybe you want to donate memberships, do you? Happy Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Do you? If you want to just send a super chat just to say, bots, have a good holiday. Thank you for the year. Feel free to do so. I don't know if YouTube is still doing that whole after the fact. You can send a support. If it is, that'll be nice. Anyway, that's the formalities out of the way. Let's start with Mr. Bruno Fernandes. Now, a lot of the stuff I've discussed, from the match to Kobbie's thing to Bruno, it has brought me to a point as a fan where I don't genuinely know how to feel, because I've got thoughts that on the one hand would make me sound like a flip-flop, right? And on the other hand, I'm just responding to the climate and what's going on right now. Then there are things that I look at and I'm like, why are we here? So I'm confused. I don't know how to feel about the football club. I don't know how to feel about the stories we're gonna cover, the players, the fan base as well, because some of the way people have responded to this news has been interesting as well. Because I think that's one of the nice things about being late to the stories, is that you get to sit back and listen to everybody's opinions, which, look, I respect. At the end of the day, I'm a big advocate of say what you believe, say it with your chest, let it be your thoughts. Don't let other people influence what you think or feel. You are a fan, you pay money, you take time out, you have the right to say what is on your mind. Now, if it's crazy and is not backed up by facts, we will deal with that in the football power way. But besides that, Hey, yeah, no, some of the thoughts that I've been seeing on channels that I personally follow, obviously Twitter, the cesspool of football opinions, which is ironic after what I just said, but yeah, Twitter. And yeah, guys, and anyway, without further ado, I'm gonna just bring up some of the stories, then I'll open up the lines. If you people want to join, we'll be here for I can donate 2 hours maximum today. 2 hours. And that's because it's the holidays. There's not a lot of other things that need to happen besides work, because I'm not on leave. So let's start with one Mr. Bruno Fernandes, because I tried to get a transcript of his interview just so I can get quote unquote context, but that was a bit difficult. Some of the content they were saying is not available because I'm in South Africa. I don't have a VPN. If any VPN wants to sponsor the Football Power Hour to change the sad situation of me not being able to access content, please get in touch with Botswana Papi. Make it happen. I'm sure there's space for a QR code somewhere here. We'll make a plan. Um, let's see. Share the story. Boom. Bring it onto the stage. Don't worry, we'll get to Kobbie now. Guys, I don't know if this is readable for you guys, but I will try to read this because I was just skimming through this earlier on. And yeah, man. The first thing I actually said when I saw these quotes before I saw this extended contextual words of the interview was, man, to me, it sounds like my captain's trying to get out of here as soon as possible. But anyway, that's my thoughts. Let's get into it. It says, and this is on AOL.co.uk, Bruno Fernandes Explosive Interview. Every word on Manchester United, Saudi Arabia interests. This was written by Alex Young, giving you credit for your work. It says, yeah, Bruno Fernandes has claimed Manchester United wanted him to leave over the summer, leaving him hurt and sad. Now, what I remember hearing in the summer is, hey, people are interested in you. They've put some money. We ain't mad at it. If you want to take this offer, you have our blessing. If you want to stay, cool, bro. Don't even worry about it. We can sign people without you. Reading this, it sounds like they were saying, it's a light 100 million, bro. We're not saying leave, it's 100 mil. It almost sounds like he doesn't want to leave. You're surprised at the fact that they were willing to accept this 100 million, guys. Was it 100 million or 80? Somewhere along those lines. I can't remember. But anyway, let's look at the specific quotes. I'm gonna just skim over these parts. Apparently, this man is supposed to be earning 700K a week. Damn. How much loyalty do you have to say no to that amount of money? But anyway, on Man United wanting him to leave, the club wanted me to go. I had that in my head. I told the directors that, but I think they didn't have the courage to make that decision because the manager wanted me. If I had said I wanted to leave, they would have let me go. From the club side, I feel a bit like if you leave, it's not so bad for us. It hurts me a bit more than hurting. It makes me sad that I'm a player who has nothing to criticize. I'm always available. I always play, good or bad. I give my all. Then you see things around you, players who don't value the club as much and don't defend the club as much. That makes you sad. So I'm wondering, is it more about leaving, or is it the fact that he thinks, hang on, if people are leaving, surely there's a priority list because I've been here. Man, I'm turning down 700,000 a week. And you're saying that if I leave, it don't hurt you? Swear. Say the least, bro. That's what it's. I'm just interpreting what Mr. Fernandez's words are here, right? Then he says, on lack of loyalty in football. Until you win trophies, you're not valued as much, regardless of the club and league you're in. I was valued, and what values me most has to be my club. Although lately, I feel like I'm on thin ice. In England, when a player starts approaching 30, they start thinking they need a makeover. It's like furniture. The issue of loyalty isn't viewed the same way it used to be. Okay. I could have faith in this I could have left in this transfer window. I would have earned much more money. I was gonna leave last season. Hey, this guy sounds like his manager. I would have won many trophies, but I decided not to go, not only for family reasons, but because I genuinely love the football club or the club. Sorry, let me not add my own words. On Saudi Arabia interest, the person who spoke to me was the president of Al Hilal, who called me directly. Ruben never sent me a message saying he wanted to talk to me. They wanted me to play in the Club World Cup with Al Hilal. It was already a love that came from the is it Jorge Jesus era? I don't know, man. He had already called me in 2023. I can't complain. I'm very well paid. I don't see it as a matter of money. Financially, I can't complain, although the difference with Saudi Arabia is massive. So this is kind of consistent with what we heard. Man, it ain't about the money. I'm Gucci, love the club, cool beans. Okay. If I ever go play in Saudi, I will. It won't be for the money. I'll go because lifestyle. I'll go because the lifestyle will change. My children's lives will be sunny after 6 years of cold and rain in Manchester. Because I'll be playing in a league that is growing with renowned players. Okay, let's just finish this. I could have left like many people do and said, I want to leave. I don't want to train. I just want to leave for 20 or 30 million. So they pay me more on the other side. But I never did that. I never felt in a position to do it because I felt the empathy and affection I have for the club were the same. But it gets to a point where from them, money is more important than everything. Okay, so now having read those quotes, guys. Shout out to SLD. I see you. Shout out to Milano the Goat. I see you too. I think that's Dallas Mavericks Nation. Shout out. Wow. I see what you say. Okay, okay. Shout out to Nonconformist joining us from Twitch. Now, anyway, when I first read this thing, guys, two questions. Why? Why the interview? Why bring more chaos if we're trying to create stability? Why? I mean, my man, you said you love the club, so why are we doing Piers Morgan vibes? I know it's not Piers Morgan per se, but why? Then I actually looked at the wording of what he's actually saying to the interviewer about the whole context of leaving, the fact that the club. But anyway, yeah, what the club was saying about the offer from Saudi, the fact that the Saudi people made contact, the decision rationale around staying versus going, and then on top of that, sprinkling spice about hey, I could have lived last season too. Okay, don't know what we must do with that as fans. Um, and then the idea of hey man, I left money on the table, but I can't complain. I'm well compensated. What else did he say? So I'm just like, what am I supposed to do with these words? Because on the one side, I've had mixed emotions about Bruno as my player at the club because I love Bruno Fernandes, the player. I think he has been one of the most impactful, most influential players we've had, in my opinion, in the post Ferguson era in terms of signings that were not made by Sir Alex or under Sir Alex. I think he's been one of the most, if not the most successful. I've never doubted his dedication, I've never doubted his work ethic, even if I've criticized some of his erraticness on the pitch. But the facts speak for themselves. Bruno, the player, has performed. Now, Bruno is my captain, not a fan. And I know for a lot of people, it's very hard to separate the two because even as a captain, they'll point at his numbers. But I'm like, I don't get the sense that he inspires the team. What I do get the sense that he's the guy that because everybody else is just useless or was useless, because we bought some decent people, they look to him in that sense to say that, hey man, kind of need you to drag us out the mud like you've been doing. Problem is, my man does Street Fighter things, forgetting that he's a captain on the pitch. And while he's doing his Street Fighter things, the other guys will join him in his shenanigans. It almost feels like sometimes he forgets he's not just Bruno the player anymore. He can't be Bruno the Maverick purely. He also has to wear the captaincy hat. So, not a big fan of his captaincy, but I love him as a player. With that being said, the one thing as a consumer of YouTube I've always heard is no player is bigger than the club, right? If selling Mr. Bruno would have resulted hypothetically in signing one or two more players, and those one or two more players make us better. We don't know. These are hypotheticals. Don't shoot me. I'm just thinking. Then Bruno should stop with this sad thing. Okay, this thing was never meant to be forever. You've got a contract. I know this because I'm a contractor myself. You've got a contract. It's got a date. Your employer decides: do we renew? Do we increase? Do we let you go? Do we recuperate in your circumstance? Because footballers, we can sell you. Me, they just decide we don't want to renew, and then go find another job. That's how my contract works, right? But with him, there are factors that selling him or keeping him affect. And unfortunately, for people who are dealing at the top level, they have they can't afford to add the sentimentality behind it. And to say that they were too afraid to just say go, it's a bit of a tough one because I hear what you're saying, Bruno. But if the club forces you out, you will feel hurt. The fans will be angry to say, how do you get rid of a guy who gives his all, right? If they force you out, we've seen clubs squeezing people out of the club, putting them in the under 21s. People would have said that's beneath him, right? You can't do that to Bruno. On the reverse, if Bruno wants to bounce and they want to keep you, then it's not a nice thing. You get what I'm saying? I think what the club did to a degree was respectful to say, hey, chief, there's money on the table. We can take it if you are interested. If you're not interested, cool. This thing of it hurt me, I don't see it, bro. Because even him at the time, he said, I was considering it, but manager spoke to me, so I stayed. So what must the club do? Must the club also not act? Because like I'm saying, if they don't speak to you and say there's an offer, it's up to you. You will be hurt because it feels like betrayal. It feels like, why aren't you at least telling me that somebody's interested? What is going? I'm just saying that it's not going to be nice either way. It's not nice to speak about moving on. And also, I don't know if we'll ever get a situation where Sir Jim or whoever comes and says, hey chief, this is what the meeting was. This is what we said. All we know right now is that Bruno is saying they said to him, if you leave, it's not the end of the world for us. Which, by the way, guys, if nobody is above the club and these people who are making the strategic decisions have assessed the situation and have determined that we can move on from Bruno, what's his problem? Because there's never going to be a good time to say goodbye. Never. It was never a nice time to say goodbye to a lot of our legends when they had to bounce. It was never nice when we had to say goodbye to Sir Alex when he had to bounce. There's no such thing as nobody will ever be ready. We understand. And even if you want to retire here, it can't just be about you. It almost the stars have to align. But right now we're in a situation where we are rebuilding. And sometimes when you're rebuilding a structure or your life, You sometimes have to get rid of the valuable goods in your life, unfortunately, to at least build an equilibrium where you can then start building again. So what I'm trying to say is to make what KG if you watch KG the comedian, there's a meme he used to always use. I don't know if he still uses it these days, where that actor from Nigeria says, "This is business." It's a harsh reality, but that's the operandus modus of the world. People get retrenched, never mind sold, to keep working. People get retrenched, and it's just business. You get what I'm saying? At least you would have still went on. You can make money, and if you don't want to go to Saudi, but you still feel hurt by Man United, but I'm sure there's other people who would have wanted you if it's not about the money. I'm just saying. But then there's the question of why is this? I know we drew 4-4. It's not the result we were looking for. But to a degree, guys, can we agree that the shenanigans around us were decreasing, even if it wasn't completely there? If you compare United a few years ago in terms of the reality show of Manchester United versus now, it's not as much. But now this thing is doing like a throwback to Man United of recent times, where if there's nothing to talk about, somebody will give these damn people something to talk about. And now sort of analyzing a match of football and saying, okay, Mr. Ruben did A, B, C, D. We improved here. We slacked here. We're talking about this. It's boring, personally. That's why I'm saying I don't know how to feel because I know I love Bruno, but I can't say I love the actions here. And I also know that I love Bruno, but I truly, and I stick by what I said in the summer, I would have taken the money because we're not in a position anymore as a club to just keep spending money and accommodating people on the books. Sacrifices are going to have to be made. And if people say, yeah, but what about Luke Shaw? We need to have interested parties in also these people. You saw how hard it was to get rid of flipping Sancho and them guys, and some of them went on loan because in order to sell, you also need interested parties. That's why Bruno would have been easier because he's a valuable asset. He's a commodity. He's an asset. He's not a liability. He brings something not just to our team, but to any team that would buy him. So sometimes these things are not by the fact of, okay, we've got a priority list. By all means necessary. We isolated the other guys. Let's be honest. We isolated the other guys. We told them, hey guys, you're out. Figure it out. They said, bruh, if you stay, okay. If you don't go, we're happy. If you go, that's okay. We're not saying we're not happy about it. But, you know, man out here telling us about the money he gave up. Some of that messaging or some of that language to me, guys, is just some emotional blackmail. That's all I'm going to say. So that's the one story. And also, just as a sidebar, guys, when I did the stream, when did I stream? I think it was last week when Bots was flying to Botswana. One of the things I wanted to talk about was like Bruno and Kobbie, but I thought about because you guys gave us feedback as members of this channel and community, and people were saying we're tired. And I said, you know what? Because people have said they're tired of talking about Kobbie, Mainoo, and Bruno, let's discuss other things. We discussed Tottenham and the flag. We discussed, racism. We discussed what else did we do? We just moved away from those topics because we didn't want to keep feeding the beast of the machine. But then we get this Bruno interview. Now, coupled by this Bruno interview, we got this. Share this tab. Share this tab. Right? Here's this tab. We got this. Now, let's ignore this latest update for a second. This was the original news. This guy. This one. This one. This guy. On the day his brother is playing, he does this. And when people said Bruno, Kobbie's brother, I looked at him as a, I don't see it, bro. This must be some half brother, bro. But anyway, Kobbie's brother. And whether Kobbie knew or didn't know, not a good message. It's not the right time. Even for somebody who's been advocating for Kobbie to get some more minutes, this is just straight up stupidity. Um, there's a lack of maturity, a lack of forethinking. The family needs to deal with this and this guy. Is all I'm saying. If you can't do this, just stay out of the limelight altogether. We don't need you here because now you're ruining it. Look at my lips. You're ruining it, right? For the kid. Because what Kobbie's brother doesn't understand is that he won't get the heat. A little bit, but he won't get the hit. It is Kobbie who must account for this. And I'm saying, people are saying, yeah, but Kobbie knew. Guys, me, I don't live in the Mainoo household. I don't know what was discussed. I don't know if they were all sitting the whole of the month printing T-shirts, and then Kobbie knew it was going to happen, and I don't know. But the point of the matter is because Kobbie is the one who plays for us, he is the one that has to account for this. Already, he's dealing with the fact that he's not playing. He's dealing with the fact that he has to focus on getting into the team, right? That's what the fans are saying. And we see before this guy, that's what I'm going to keep referring to him as, this guy. My chat was just about the fact that, you know what? This thing is simple. Either we try to give Kobbie some minutes, like proper minutes. This thing of people trying to argue that 4 minutes is more than enough. I don't know. Can you please give me normal words besides BS? Because I'm trying to reduce the cussing in my life, right? But it's nonsense, guys. It is like being told to run a race without warming up when your competitors were there an hour before warming up. If you pull a hamstring, it can never be a surprise. You didn't warm up, Mchana. So I'm as impressed in 4 minutes when you've been playing for 70 minutes plus consistently. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. We're not talking about Kobbie's appearances. We're talking about this because, like I said, I don't know what happens in the camp or the family of Kobbie. But at the time before this update, because this was 2 hours ago from the United Stand, it says, according to Ben Jacobs, Ben Jacobs states, my understanding is Kobbie Mainoo was speaking through his brother. He knew about the T-shirt and he endorsed the message. So before this update came out, it was speculation whether or not he knew. Now Ben Jacobs is saying he, and I'm guessing he's getting it from his sources, is understanding that this was premeditated, he was on board, and that rather than making a statement himself like his former friends, which, when they say birds of a feather flock together, like, I'm not casting judgment on Kobbie, but if you look at the other guys who left, who were his friends, this feels like a them move, except they would have done it themselves. You get what I'm saying? Why? Why, bro? Like, people, bro. It's like, in all of this, by the way, I say all of this to say people really don't care about us. And by us, I mean the people that, whether Bruno is here next season, is not here, whether Kobbie is here in January, is not next, whether the manager gets fired. Guys, who are you supporting after Bruno gets sold? Who are you supporting if Kobbie Mainoo gets sold? Heck, who are you supporting if Kobbie goes on and be successful? Are you following him and supporting that club? My answer is no. I'm watching Man United games with or without them. I'm supporting Man United with or without them. I'm suffering with Man United with or without them. So, me, when people are making stuff about themselves, this manager, the players, the owners, it's everybody, guys. And I know people are trying to blame everyone. No, hey, it's in yours. They kept the Glazers. So, no, it's Ruben and his 3-4. Wara. He's got favorites. Cousin. Oh no, the players are childish. The mentality. Guys, me, I personally just feel disrespected by this institution as a whole. and it disgusts me. It feels like they're spitting on the legacy of those who came before. Everyone involved. You are spitting on Sir Alex and his hard work to catch up to Liverpool, to give us the joy. You're spitting on the work to rebuild United after the Munich disaster and the fact that we had to rebuild our team again. You're spitting on the history. We've been through struggles, not me personally, because I'm still young, but Man United was there before me. There's a history there. And it's not like those fans don't know suffering, because there was a period where Liverpool were dominant and we had to watch them be successful. I say we because we are all Man United fans. Whether you joined Man United in the 90s, early 2000s, 2010s, maybe now you are getting into football and you chose to support Man United. We are fans of the same club. This club was there before us, and we can only hope to God it will still be there after us, because we've seen clubs disappear under poor management. But it feels like the people right now are disrespectful. And I say I don't know how to feel anymore, because who do you defend when everybody's acting like this? Who? Who do you defend when people are telling us about their feelings? Guys, these players and managers don't understand the humiliation of dealing with other fan bases and backing them even when it doesn't seem logical. They don't understand a Monday morning at a sub paying job when other fans have got one over you. These people don't understand the pain of when people are talking about title charge. Sorry, I think I was too close to the mic there. When people are talking about title charge and you have to act like you are a small boy or girl, as if you don't support Manchester United, because the Manchester United they've created is unrecognizable from the one you support. But it's their feelings and their, like, we've got a manager that's trialing and is doing his internship with us, clearly. We've got players that are obsessed with Instagram, money, and their own feelings. Like, if these people are so hurt and emotional, angry, whatever you call it, why don't they get therapists? Like, talk through your feelings, chief. Like, when you come on a Sunday, Friday, Saturday, whenever you're playing football match, play football. It's getting to a point where I don't care. Honestly, I don't care. I don't care, bro. Don't care. If you are being summoned onto the pitch, as long as money is going into your bank account every week, I don't care. If you feel like you could be valued better or do better or win more elsewhere, please see yourself out. Like, do what Ronaldo did. Pack up. Don't even say bye. Go. It's okay. Just go. If you feel like you're not being backed and there's a club that's saying they'll back you, go to that club. They'll back you, right? Manager, coach, ownerships. If you feel like you're investing millions and you're not getting your investment or return back, I don't know what to tell you, because I've never ran a club or a business of the scale of Man United. So from a business perspective, I don't know what to tell you if you're not getting what you think you're supposed to get out of Man United. But all of you, all of the people I mentioned in the different categories, you are an embarrassment to us. You're embarrassing us and you are disrespecting us from your mentions. Nohal. I don't remember earning 10,000 a week as a 20-year-old. Where? It's a privilege, this thing. You are human, yes, granted. But now you guys are just disrespecting us. You guys talk about embarrassing pressure as if we are not watching every week and shouting and debating other fan bases and wearing this shirt in public. Guys, me come and balance me. I don't know how to feel about this football club and its people. I'm gonna drop the link. I don't know. You guys can come and balance me. because now it's just getting stupid with these people. All of them. It's like even Bruno now is infected with this nonsense, guys. Sorry for people in the football power hour. I don't think I can pin this. Nope, can't pin this. This didn't share to my. Is my channel not working? Lord, I must check it out. Yo, young Bill, how you doing, bro?
Yo, what's up,
How you
bro?
doing, brother?
Everything's
I'm
all
all
right,
right.
man.
I'm all right, man. I'm just catching up with the world of Manchester
Um,
United since I've been away. Hey,
It's
doctor.
been
yeah.
rather
So
peaceful not talking about
yeah,
them for a while.
actually, I sorry, young puppy. I just want to say there's an interview that Rio did with Bruno. I feel like he must have filmed it within the last 5 days because Rio was at Carrington last week, so it had to be within the last week. I haven't watched it yet, and but there are some clips that have happened, and I'm have come out. I can't look it up because I'm on my phone, but it has something to do with like this whole interview he did that conveniently came out yesterday or on Monday. It conveniently came out on Monday, and I'm like, the the media just know what they're doing. That's number one because they the whole uh, they said, "Oh, it's been quiet about United. We have to drop something and make the fans go crazy." Number two, the second thing. First of all, Jordan's brother. Jordan is Kobe's brother. I think he's a half brother or something like that. But either way, they're
He
related.
ain't blood.
I was like,
He wasn't there any
yeah,
picks. He wasn't there when it really mattered.
yeah, we don't know their personal family life, so I'm not gonna really comment on that. But I'm
Oh
just
no,
saying,
that's what I'm saying. He wasn't there when he
yeah,
signed the Manchester United contract and all of that. Like what we can see, you know what I mean?
yeah, 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 yeah. That's true. But what when we didn't know when I didn't know that Kobe kind of may have known about this, I was like, Jordan, that's a stupid thing to do. And I feel like the families of these young athletes also have to go through PR training so that they know that whatever they do, even if they don't care whatever blowback happens to them, that kind of thing also affects their family, you know? So when you're doing stuff, think about it. You want a free copy. He came on in the 60th minute. He actually did well. He wasn't bad at all. He played for 30 minutes. I will lie, we all said we want Kobe to play more consistently than more than 4 minutes, 10 minutes. He has to, but now that AFCON is happening, I feel like his brother doesn't watch football now. Because if he did, you will know AFCON is happening. Three players are gone. So this gives a chance of Kobe playing in the midfield alongside Casemiro slash Ugarte. Like the next game, Casemiro is not playing because he's on suspension. So Kobe is a definite I'm playing because
I hope so.
Ugarte is
Well,
is
yeah,
is
knows.
is something else. So
It's such bad
yeah,
timing, isn't it? It's awful.
oh yes. So you know, I Vegeta forgot about that. Dogo is also on a. If he gets another yellow next, the Newcastle game, Dogo's not playing. That I don't give a shit about because yeah, no, I really don't care. But the Casemiro one, we're all like shit. But how many are we gonna lose, or by how many are we gonna draw? We don't know. Anyway, my God, I really feel like I have to. If I all this discourse has made me realize on a personal level, I can do anything. I can go do a quick like diploma in PR, public relations, and come and teach these people how to use their brains. You know, hell, if I wanted to, I could. If I had the money, I would. I could also do my coaching business because I feel like half of this fan base don't know shit. You know what I mean? Because I feel like are we using our brains? No, not anybody on this channel, because I feel like everybody here. well, a lot of people use their brains, but some people I'm like, wow, did we actually think about it? But then again, I need to calm down. I haven't spoken about football in days, guys. And today has been a day. It has been draining. I haven't watched any football related thing. And I'm tired. Now that I know, okay, this is the second. I will keep quiet in a minute, but I just have to talk.
You
Ah,
know,
now that I know, Kobbie may have known about this whole thing and be like not done
trust me,
anything.
he didn't know. They just
Kobbie,
needed a story today. Don't believe the hype
Kobbie, yeah,
always.
yeah, I know.
I
I'm
don't even
hoping he
want you to
didn't know
believe
about
it.
this.
Like,
Yeah, me too. I actually don't want to believe this shit because I, I'm
I
going.
don't want you to believe it.
I don't
It's just
want to
rubbish.
believe it. Do you know
They
what?
do it every
I'm
time.
not.
Oh, do we
I'm
have
going.
a big game coming up this week? We must have a big game against a team
It's
that's doing
Villa.
very well. We
Yeah,
must,
it's
because they
Villa.
always have a story to break us down. Every
And
time
then
we
we have
have a nice big
Newcastle.
game coming up, they do this. That's why it's unbelievable. On top of that, the guy says to his understanding. That burst the whole story away. You made it about you now. Who is this white guy? Jacob Dan,
Ben
whoever,
Jacobs.
whatever.
Ben
Yeah,
Jacobs. Ben
him.
Jacobs. Yeah.
Like once he says from his understanding, the whole story is to shit now.
Yeah, yeah.
Because
It's
that's just how he took the story. Like, yeah, like it's almost
yeah.
like what's that ancient game called? Uh Chinese telephone.
Oh
Do you
yeah.
think
That
from
that
the
we
start to the end
yeah.
it's gonna be
We
the
call
same
it
thing
Chinese
said?
whispers. In Ghana, we call it Chinese whispers. At least in my school, we call it Chinese whispers. Because literally, by
Yes,
the time
Chinese
it
whisper,
gets to the
sorry, yes, yes.
end, by the time it gets to the end of the line, it's
The
even a
story is
totally
twisted up.
different.
You might have the main
Wait, is
parts,
this
but
a
the story is
broken
twisted.
telephone?
Okay, yeah, it's different
Every country
terminology
calls it different.
wherever in the world,
Yeah, you guys,
tomato, tomato type of, yeah, everybody's got a
yeah.
different name.
And I remember my English teacher. We had a portion on like she was teaching how to write reports and it was a little like portion part of the syllabus. We touched a little bit on journalism. This was when I was in high school. She's made mention of this game and was like we had to do a project work or something like that on the game and stuff like to make us understand that journalism, some people twist their words to suit their factors. And same with statistics. Do you choose to see what you want to see in the stats? If you're half kind of full, half glass half full kind of person, you're gonna see the positivity. If you're a if you're half empty kind of person, you're gonna see another way. And some people just are neutral. So I'm tired. I'm actually tired. It's the end of the year. I want to end this year on a positive, but that's why sometimes when you get on the pitch, you don't fumble like they did on Monday. They really fumbled the bag on Monday. We could have, and I'm glad at the end of the game, if when they pan the camera to everybody, like every single player who played on that pitch, you could see the disappointment on their faces because they knew they fucked it up. Sorry for my language. Because they're like,
Mm.
shit, we drew. We could have we were winning 3 times or 2 times. Granted, they came back and scored 4 goals, but those 4 goals going in, why? Lisandro Martinez, you have to pack it. You have to do better. A lot of the time. Hell, Bruno, you have to do better. And you did better, but you have to do better again. You,
Okay, doctor. Okay, let's let's give
Do
you
you
gotta
more.
breathe.
Bruno, you are
Yeah,
great. Do more
give you a
though.
chance to breathe and
I
say
love
welcome to
Bruno
We
though.
Deserve Better.
I love
Hey,
Bruno
Hi,
though.
everyone.
I love
Yes,
Bruno though.
big up, you deserve better.
Hi there, Bill.
doctor's fuming.
I was gonna say, I mean, it's an interesting one. I was fuming when I heard it on Monday, and I have kind of two viewpoints. One viewpoint is that the brother's gone. He's got these T-shirts. He's gone and got them printed up. He was handing them out at the stadium. He went on row one, got his picture taken, put on Instagram. There's one thought that how can he do all of that without not having a conversation with Mainoo, because this is his career. And surely there would have been a conversation. That's one view. Nobody knows the truth. The other view is that's been put out there is that this guy, I don't watch Love Island, so I don't know anything about what he's done on that, but he's full of self promotion. Um, I mean,
Mm.
either way. So the thing is, we don't know the truth. So the best thing that can happen with Man United is they just shut it down. Like we say, we as fans are just exhausted. Now, a lot of this has happened because
Yeah.
the manager isn't playing him, right? So the manager has to have some accountability for that, right? He's not playing him, right? So he needs to in 15 matches, not a single start in the Premier League. He needs to look at that, right? Because other players have started who have been woeful and then come on and prove themselves. So give this youth the same chance. So there is that. But I just want the noise shut down. I'm exhausted with
Yeah.
Bruno, and with Bruno, you know that interview was done in November. They've released it now to kind of have maximum impact. And look, I hope Bruno goes in the summer. I think he's a great player, but I think unless Bruno is converted to a rotational 10, our midfield, like on Monday, is always going to get run through. We have 6 attackers and we only have four back defending. So three at the back and one holding. So we only have 4. So our rest defense isn't even a 3-2; it's a 3-1. So they go right through us. So you know, get the midfield sorted out. And if Mainoo isn't part of your plans, you know, Man United, man up and tell the lad what's going on, and then do something about it. Either play him or let him get his career on track. You know, because the rest of us we're exhausted.
Yeah.
Because those that love Mainoo are going to fight for it, right? And are really going to go hard on this manager. And those that aren't too sure will sit on the fence, and the others will you've given them a gift on Monday, you know, and they will manipulate and see that through whatever lens they want to. I'm just exhausted. It's a year since Rashford and Garnacho were took out of the team against Man City for similar kind of issues, right? And it's
Mhm.
just kind of like it's like a year of it every single week. If it's not the manager saying something, it's a player doing something. And if it's not a player doing something, it's his mum doing something or his brother doing
Yeah.
something. It's like, give us a break. You know, come on, play
And
football.
I actually do need the family members to know this is when it's critical. They need to to wrap it up. They need to keep it tight.
They need to
Don't
nip it
be
in the
doing
like. You don't even need PR training for this, doctor. Like as a family, do you not have a set rule of ethics and morals that guide you? Does
ah
this make sense for you guys?
they,
Would
they,
you guys do this in your
exactly.
own working places?
But
That's it.
Peter, if
They have to be the grown-ups here because the kids are doing dodgy things. And because
yeah,
we are talking about if Kobbie knew, what about the parents who manage Kobbie? You telling me that they might have not known themselves? They need to deal with their sons
they
and say,
exactly
like,
the
what are we
perfect
doing?
example of this is Jude Bellingham. Jude Bellingham.
No, his
Have you
parents do the
heard
most
his
though. I'm not
parents
even gonna lie. They do
keep it
too
tight?
much.
No, but do you see what I mean by have we heard anything bullshit? Fine, his brother plays football, but like still, like
Yeah,
do we even
it was stories about how Jube is better than Jude, but we can look
but
at what
it's
we see this year and learn to say like you can't fill your big brother's shoes
it's
just
not like
yet.
his brother is going to. It's not like a cousin is going to the football game and wearing I what Jude is better or something stupid like that. Or
Yeah,
play
that's like really the
free
story
Jude.
behind. But also with uh, he must have been having bad games obviously over in Germany with Borussia Dortmund
Yeah,
these days. And I don't know, some to with the parents and the manager, and they just had to be put in their place. Like, you're the parents, you're not the
yeah,
player. Like, we don't have to, negotiate or do anything for you or with you. It's your son on the contract, not you lot. So step back
exactly.
and, STFU,
Yeah,
I
literally.
but
think
like
the clubs in
what
Germany
I'm
need to
saying
do,
is
bro.
if my family member was playing football, the way I would be like, I don't care if he's not, if he plays 2 minutes, let it's between him and the club. But don't come out and be tweaking free that family member because you don't know how that is gonna affect his playing time, his his contract. You don't know. So
It
keep
affects
it in house.
and it affects his brand. You know, the guy is,
Yeah.
Yeah.
he really does want to leave. He wants to go. There'll be those out there now questioning his character, right? And there's a
Yeah.
part of
Exactly.
me that, because I backed Mainoo 100% up until Monday, and I'm not saying that I've
Exactly.
gone off guard, but I knew for 100% that all the noise was coming from the media. All I saw from
Hmm.
Mainoo was he got his head down. He had a conditioning coach working on his explosive pace over 5 yards. He was doing all the right things. He would come on the pitch. They'd say, "Oh, look at
Exactly.
him. He looks broody." I said, "No, he looks focused." You know, and he came on in the last match, and amongst all that chaos, he played well. Right? He
He
played
changed
really
the
well.
game, if I
Right?
remember correctly.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But,
Exactly. And I'm
and
just
then
gonna
you,
say as
sorry.
somebody who has, I sorry. As somebody who has arrested bitch face, some people have that. I'm sorry. That is
But,
how our faces are.
do you know what? Do
We
you know what
can
made?
do anything.
But you know what, Mainoo? Do you know what I kind of saw, right? Do you know when Mainoo went for that England went to the England internationals and they put him up for interviews, which I was annoyed, right? The guy was a young youth, they put him in front of the press, and he has that face, right? And he was like, "I'm not taking any bullshit from any of you," right? Those
Yeah.
journalists won't like that. They won't like that, right? Because journalists have it's the tough game, right? I'm going to
Hmm.
call it out. Being a young player and being a young player of a certain color, it's a tough game, right? You have to work twice as hard, right? You have to prove yourself twice as much, you know. So I think a few journalists may have had a response to that, and I think ever since they're on him, and because the noise from the media hasn't stopped for a whole year or Mainoo, and the guy hasn't done a single thing, and now it's got to this. And you've got to ask yourself, sometimes it gets to a breaking point with players. You know, you keep quiet, you keep quiet, you keep quiet, you keep quiet, and then suddenly something explodes. Now, this hasn't come from him, so I can't say this is him. But it's now more difficult for me to kind of argue, all of those things I've just said before because of this, because there's a question mark. I just wish it never happened, because it's the worst thing that's happened couldn't happen to a nicer guy. He's such a lovely guy. He gets his head down. He's a great footballer. I haven't heard any noise from him. And Monday, whoever's responsible for that, whether it is his camp, because he's a young kid, right? Whether it's his camp, someone should have advised him differently, or whether it is just a brother, it shouldn't have happened. It's dented him, and it's put him in a position. It's put the club in a position, because how do they look at this now? Do they come down hard on him? Do they come down hard on him to prove an example, or do they protect their asset? I think they need to protect their asset, whether he
I
stays
feel
or
like they
goes.
have to protect them and
Yeah,
actually
Yeah.
investigate before like pushing out information or whatever,
yeah.
Exactly.
investigate it first,
Hmm. Yeah. Because exactly, they have to.
especially if
They
you look at
know.
the picture was professionally taken, right? It
Yeah.
wasn't
Yeah,
like no blurry picture from a fan just called it
Yeah.
whatever. It's a
yeah.
setup,
Yeah.
literally,
Yeah.
and
And
the
just so
guy's an
you know,
attention seeker, all of that.
yeah.
It's
No, just
choreographed.
so
Like
you know, his
you got
brother was on a. Just so you know, his brother was on a show called Love Island. I actually don't
yeah,
remember
so
his
it's
story
like
that
from
much,
there, from knowing that information as an
but
attention seeker.
yeah, we-
Yeah, let me
there's a
before
lot.
I
There's a lot.
introduce. Oh, sorry, doctor. Continue before.
Yeah, and I feel
You
like the
introduce
show is about.
74 charges.
Yeah, there's the show is about to go left in a little bit because I have beef with somebody on the panel, but
Oh
like
no, wait, doctor.
it's
Moo.
yeah,
Nah,
that's
you guys are
why
still
That
beefing. That's
ragu,
crazy.
that ragu right there.
Can I
Yeah.
just say something, doctor?
Name
Because I know
names.
you,
Name
you've got
names,
a
doctor.
I'm
tendency
gonna
to go
wait.
off.
I'm
Name
gonna
names,
wait
doctor.
till
Names
the end
names.
of the show before I decide to
Doctor,
continue.
name
So
names. Who do you have beef with?
Let's not go down this
you,
route, man. Come
Wait,
on, every
I'm not
stream.
starting now.
Huh?
I'm going to be at the end of the stream.
wait,
That's what I'm
Are
gonna
you,
say.
are you scared?
Because he's no, I'm not scared. Because you're gonna say some bullshit.
Huh? Me?
what? Okay, whoa, doctor.
Yes,
Wait,
Me?
wait,
you
wait, wait,
All right
professionally
then.
do it.
guys, time out.
You, and
Hello
see,
to our
and that's
guests.
why.
First of all,
Mm,
hello. Shout out to Anthony and then Riley. I beg, disclaimer: we're not doing women's football. No, Chelsea is not in the title, not in the thumbnails. You will get shadow banned. Please, to the dark
wow.
realms of the internet.
Hello Vegeta. It's nice to see you. Oh, here
Yeah,
he
shout out
goes.
to you, bro.
Oh yeah, then.
Hello.
I feel like you've got something
Right.
to say, bro,
So,
because you said there's a lot of yappa going on You wanted me to let you in. Sorry,
know
man.
what,
That
actually-
was literally because Doctor was talking.
Oh yeah, that was because that was because Doctor was talking at the time. That's why I put yappa yappa. You know, now that
Anyway,
he's
let's-
silent, it's a good thing.
Let's talk about the quarterfinals of the Carabao Cup. The Carabao Cup.
Nah, that's crazy. we don't care.
Bro, you guys on other talk right now, bro. Damn.
We don't care.
Read the room.
But and then, do
Just
you
like
have a different
Amarin.
opinion, or what's happening?
On what on Mainoo?
The two situations with Kobbie and Bruno's interview, whatever you wanna touch on.
Kobbie. Well, what are we talking about with Kobbie? Are we talking about his actions or his brother's actions?
His brother's
brother's
actions.
actions.
Why are you
Was it-
here though? If you
Shut
don't know
up.
what we're talking about,
Shut
why are
up.
you
You
here?
shut up.
Oh,
No,
No,
what's
no,
talking
no,
about?
Yeah.
no, no,
I had-
no.
I was doing
Because you-
okay. I was
I'm too
doing
old
okay,
for
but
this.
you seem to want to
No,
piss
it's
me off
crazy.
today. I was doing okay. Yeah?
No, I
You
want to
wanna
piss
off.
you off.
You
You
wanna
want to
piss me
piss
off
me
today.
off. At
Why
least
can't I
Riley
just
knows
why
what
can't I
we're
just come
talking
on here and
about.
talk? Why can't I just come
No,
on here?
because you're talking like a rat. Yappa, yappa, yappa. You're here.
Yeah, YouTube. I missed you. Okay, let's be internet ready, guys. I'm bringing you guys back in.
Oh, right.
Jeez. Yeah, okay, Doctor, are you relaxed? Are you internet ready now?
Yes, I am.
Riley, this is a
Sorry
second.
about that.
He's not
Please.
internet ready.
No, you know what we're talking about, right?
Anyway,
right?
let me
Ronald, by the way.
answer Vegeta's question. His brother. The first time I even heard about his brother, mainly wasn't in his name, to be honest. He's only added that since Kobbie made it through. I don't
Yeah.
think they're all brothers because
His name is Jordan
his last
Henderson
name
or
was
something like that.
Hames. Yeah,
Jordan
doctor,
Hames,
yeah.
Mainoo, isn't it?
doctor, I'm not talking to you. Be quiet. Anyway, his last name was Hames. So yeah. So I think the Mainoo he added Mainoo only after Kobbie broke through.
Oh, so he's basically leeching on his brother's.
Kind of because the show that he was on,
Yeah.
he ain't really the fame don't last for most of the people that go on there.
I mean, if you
Only-
look at the history of things as well, you haven't really seen Mainoo and his brother all along. Even when his contract got signed,
he has a
his
YouTube
sisters,
he has a
his
YouTube channel.
sisters came through with him for the contract signing, and like there are images of it online. I don't think the brother was even there or available.
I don't think they're full brothers though because his last name was
They're
different.
half
He is on the YouTube channel of his brother.
So
They went
whoever
to-
is talking, I
they
kind of
were-
agree with what they're saying.
They were with they went to LA together, I think, this summer or this off season.
Oh, he went to LA with Kobbie.
Yeah, I
Oh,
think
let me
they
take.
had
Let me take.
and
them off,
Maxi Oyedeli. I think they all went to LA together.
Yeah, and
I
Lenny,
think
right? They were-
Euro was there as well.
Yeah, Lenny was there too.
I don't remember seeing Euro there, but no.
He was there.
Yeah,
And
Euro
we
was
are
there.
telling you, he was there.
You're not telling me nothing.
Wait,
I'm
who was
actually-
beefing who? Who's fighting who?
There's
I
no
can hear
beef.
someone-
I'm just-
No, there's
Everyone-
no
It's straight
beef.
Bagu right
There's
now.
no beef.
There is
No,
a beef.
he's trying to instigate, as he always does.
I don't know. I can hear Doctor. I don't know who the other person is. I'm sorry.
Yeah, because he's
And
irrelevant.
SNN.
He's irrelevant.
NN. Okay.
No, he's irrelevant.
NN is
So,
goated.
I-
Well,
Actually,
welcome
do
to
you know
the
what?
show.
Do you know what?
Apologies for the
On the
chaos.
discussion of Kobbie Mainoo, I actually just seen this one, and I'm sure you guys have seen it. But Manchester United will only consider selling Kobbie Mainoo if a exceptional offer comes in, and I'm sure you guys have seen that headline, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they said the same thing about Garnacho. Sold him for 40 mil to you, so don't worry.
Ooh, is that Ronald talking at Akin here?
Yeah, it was
Yes, it
me
is.
talking.
Ooh,
Someone has a
Ronald,
issue.
Ronald.
Wait, who has issues?
Wait, there's more
Have
beefs.
you have you come for your cooking, blood?
For my cooking, for what?
I heard you jumping on stream after the Bournemouth game. Hella chest.
Yes, she's gone. Yes.
Tweaking for
Wait, is
Bruno
this
Fernandes.
Coley talking? Are you
Yes,
Coley?
it is. Yes, it is. It's me.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
the
go
Bruno
on, go
hater.
on. So, go on. What
Good
do you want to talk
afternoon to
about?
you too, Curly.
Afternoon,
Go on,
afternoon,
go on.
everyone.
Mr. Crash Out.
Was he twerking for Bruno Fernandes after the Bournemouth free kick? Is that what I
I
heard?
don't know. I don't know
That
if it's
penalty?
twerking. I would say
I mean,
supporting.
yeah.
You can choose your whatever words you signify
Right.
and stand
Yeah,
with. But
I
if you
distinctly
twerk
remember.
or mans, you can say twerking, bro. Go on.
I distinctly remember you telling people to check up
Yeah, I was just
on
asking
people
people to
that were saying
politely check
Bruno.
on their friends, relatives, cousins, whoever. Are they all right? I hope you're all right, Coley.
Flashy
Yeah,
back, man.
but you are apparently Kobbie Mainoo is
Bro, two people are having a
apparently, and I
dialogue, right?
quote,
Do you
Riley.
think that it's really a good time to make an announcement in between two
Yeah.
people having a dialogue? Like,
and I
where
quote,
is your social presence, my brother?
and I quote, a key part of Ruben Amorim's plans. What key part of Ruben Amorim's plans? I mean, you guys were needing 4-3 against Southampton.
Is this what
But
you
then-
interrupted the conversation to say?
Southampton?
You gotta stop
Don't
that.
understand,
Riley!
bro.
Nah,
Like,
Riley,
I'm
you're
going
all
to
over the place.
Southampton!
what's
Wait,
going
Southampton
on?
hasn't been in the league for at least a year.
no, wait.
Wait, what? I got the membership.
Wait, nah. Someone needs to
Shout
talk
out, Matt.
to. Someone needs to talk to
No,
Riley, bro. Because how can he go ahead and give a breaking news in conversation to a different thing when two people are still talking and having a dialogue or just about to argue or go into a mess? Like this guy and his
He
composure
doesn't
all over
care.
the place. He's worse than Bruno.
He doesn't.
Just the
Coley,
fact that
you were
you know,
saying
but he does
something.
it all the time, man. It's just like there.
Never
He
change,
got still
brother. You
all
never
for it
change.
and everything. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, he's
Be
okay.
who
So he's
you
gone.
are.
Yeah, but
I think I have a different opinion on the Mainoo thing than everybody else from what I heard so far. I think like
I
our
believe in
academy
Yeah,
has a
go
problem.
for it, bro. Welcome to the show.
I think it's bigger than Mainoo. I think it's our academy issue because we keep seeing it like happen over and over again, and we're like, I think we're giving them too much like credit too soon. Roy Keane the other day said like, what happened to like 20-year-olds like just trying hard and trying to get back in the team instead of like acting like they should be starting every game. We saw that with
Yeah.
Garnacho. We saw that with Rashford later on. Like,
mhm.
it's an issue that keeps happening with our like, academy
Yeah,
players.
he ain't doing that over here.
Nah, shut up. Anyway,
Didn't he just win you a game just yesterday, the other day?
And he came off the bench. So what's your point? He came off the bench.
And yeah,
This
it's all
The
up
guy,
to
amount
you
of
though.
Fine.
You
setup
weren't
that
yeah,
here.
he
yeah.
had to
We're not
win
gonna
is
change.
crazy.
My question to you guys is like, do you think we're giving these players too much too soon? Where they think like they should be starting every game? Where like
yeah, but then
20-year-old Mainoo.
Tonio, what you're saying could realistically be applied to, let's say, for example, in your, argument's sake, yes, it applies to Garnacho because he did way too much. What exactly have you seen from Kobbie Mainoo using his player power? Has he been talking in the media? Has he made
No,
noise?
no.
but I can tell by the way he's like, I want to leave because I want to
So
play.
now
I
you're
get it,
reading
but
into
you're
his
20.
movements
No,
and
I'm telling you what I'm seeing. This is
I
facts. It's
think
not like
that's
something.
because of
so
World Cup.
You
I
get what
could
I'm
feel like
saying?
everything has to do with
wait.
World Cup,
Could
personally.
it be that wait, Tonio, could it be that you're generalizing Mainoo along with the people that you've seen in the past? So like, you're just looking at him from your PTSD of
I'm
other
not gonna lie,
players
he's
or
not
No,
academy
wrong though,
no.
players you
Ronald. If
experienced
you
with.
look at it, he's not wrong,
Yeah,
but
I'm not
it's
wrong.
just a
I'm
little
saying
bit
it.
more to it. Like I said, is his looking at World Cup. He knows he could make that England team, or
That's why
he
he wants to
should
go
be,
because
and
he
that's
wants.
why he wants to
Yeah.
go. Yeah, that and it's understandable as a personal, like from a personal point of view, like
In the past, we never see like kids this young like act like this because it wasn't allowed. And I get like we're moving into a new direction now where like
And there
people are
was
coming
no
through
social
earlier.
media.
Yeah, people are coming
Yeah,
through earlier and they want to
but then
play. They
again,
want to have like
see the
more
thing
say.
is that
But
what doesn't set right with me is that you still want to hold on to a few things from the past, but want to move ahead to a different thing from the future in certain arguments for your per se sake, where you feel it makes more sense, right?
yeah,
Because
but some stuff from the past are okay though. Like respect.
I'm not really
Respect is
seeing
like
anything.
timeless.
But how is he being disrespectful? Did he say I'm not going to come onto the
He's
pitch and play for any minutes he's
he's
getting?
actually been
No.
all right. He hasn't
Like,
come out to
okay,
say
so I just
anything.
want to
He hasn't
understand,
done
Tonio.
any. So
Give me
yeah,
information as to what you see is being him being disrespectful to either the manager or the club. Has he gone done an interview or madness? No.
Okay,
Has he said no?
I
I'm not
think
going to go
you're
come on the
not
pitch?
okay.
No.
Let me finish my point real quick before because I think you're taking like what I'm saying and putting like on the way right instead of like where I'm at is the middle. I'm not on the way left or
But
way
again,
right.
even if you're on the left, right, or the middle, regardless where you're on the pitch, I'm trying to
I
understand
don't know if I'm
what,
up or
in your
down right now
opinion,
at this point.
is disrespectful that he's doing. Like, I just don't know what the
Okay.
disrespect is that you're talking
Okay.
about.
First thing is, I said respect is timeless. You said some stuff from the past. Well, what happened in the past is the players are more respectful. So that you cannot take away. Hard work
But
is
Kobbie Mainoo, now
timeless.
we're talking about Kobbie Mainoo
Wait,
right
wait. Let
now.
me finish. You
I
can't keep
haven't.
cutting me off though. Okay, let me just
No,
keep.
because every point you're again,
No,
Tonio,
because
listen.
Ronald,
Ronald,
let him land. Let
yeah,
him
No,
land,
but
mate.
I
Let him
get it. You
land.
hold on,
love Mainoo
hold on,
for
Otherwise, we're
please,
never
coaching.
going to
please,
get
please.
through this.
No,
Yeah.
hold on. Tonio, I would let you land. If you would make a
Oh,
valid
okay.
argument, I would let you land. If
I
this was
can't make a
Garnacho,
violent
I
argument
would
with
have
one
been on
point
mute.
though.
Yeah, but if
But
we
you're
keep
starting
interrupting
off.
each
Yeah,
other, we're
keep
never going to
interrupting.
hear
I can't
anyone.
make it.
No, but
I
if you're
get you
starting
love him,
off
but
with
like, just listen. Just
no, it's
listen.
not about love. I don't care, bro. Sell
Well,
Kobbie Mainoo tomorrow,
okay.
Oh,
but
Let me
stop
let
making
me
days.
let me
dark
tell you where I'm
points.
Okay,
coming
whoa,
from.
whoa,
Then
whoa, okay.
let me
Let's
tell you
No,
where I'm
let's
coming
arrest
from.
don't start getting
let's
personal. Just
let's
hear
arrest
what.
Yeah,
emotions.
it's
Antonio, what are you
okay.
saying, bro? Forget about
Okay,
what
so the first
Vince
point is
said. What
disrespectful. Okay, let me
Put
let
that
me make
cigarette back
notes
in
of
your
it.
No,
pack,
no,
Ronald.
no, Ronald. Why don't you just let Antonio speak? Because
Yeah,
No, no,
you've
no.
okay.
been
I just
chirping
want to
in
hear
every
it.
5 seconds.
I
let's
just
hear
want to
his
hear it
completed
from.
quote,
Okay,
and
so
then we'll
Tonio, you
respond.
talk. I'll mute myself. I'll make notes of whatever you say. Okay, I'll make notes. Go on.
Okay. Okay,
Antonio,
thank
go
you.
for it, bro.
So the first point I made was like, is the game changing where like younger players feel like they have the right to come out and play when they're not, even though the manager doesn't feel like they want to play? Are you guys okay with that? That was my first point. The reason I said it's an academy issue is when Amarin came out and said these stuff about the other players. You saw what they did on Instagram. They went out and posted stuff on Instagram saying like, "Oh, look at how good we're doing." You think Sir Ellis would ever allow that? No, that's my second point. That's why I say it's an issue with how these younger players feel like they can go out and like, say stuff and not get like anything done to them because they feel that they have some sort of power. I personally don't like that. I think they should just be quiet and work hard. Like eventually, if the matter's not here, you'll get back in. But if you show like this is how the way you act, it's a bad look for you, especially if you're a young player. You get what I'm saying? Or am I crazy for thinking like there should be more like I don't want to like I'm a dictator, but I feel like there's a lack of a little bit of respect that they're showing as young players towards like the
Can I answer
older.
you? Can I answer you,
Yeah,
Tony?
yeah.
It's not a lack of respect, yeah.
But
It's just
I thought I was going to respond. Okay, go on. I'm sorry.
it's not a lack of respect. It's just a case of it's a case of many things, but one of the things being like they hear pros talking about how they take their place in their team and they'll kick up fuss if they're not picked. Like they hear those stories all the time. So that's one thing is the example that's been set and taking it to the extreme. But then the second thing is careers are moving quicker. Look what Jude Bellingham had a shirt retired before he was 20, bro. Like people were seeing that as kids, as youth, and the next record that got broke compared to how it got done last 10 years ago, you're moving too slow. You're never going to be Haaland if you try and have the same kind of career path that, I don't know, Rooney took. And Rooney broke into teams at 14. So, like, it's just the nature of things. Like, the game is speeding up, therefore their expectations are speeding up. And to be fair to them, though, the football world, in terms of general quality across teams, you can become a Jude Bellingham or even a Sancho, for example, because I don't even know if we'd know about Sancho if it weren't for Dortmund.
No, he was
Do you know
the
what I mean?
about. No,
Yeah, true.
I'll leave it
But
alone
Okay,
for
No, but I'm
can I,
the
saying
Xavi
like
situation.
the pedigree of the name that Dortmund has, and then you see this young English youth performing at that brand, at that club, you rate that kid a little bit more, even when you don't know who the hell he is and you're first hearing about it. So like that's my point. Like there are those opportunities more so in the football world for these kids to go take, so they're always itching to
Probably,
go
I don't,
grab
I don't
them.
know if it's just me, but
okay.
your
so
mic
I,
is
I just
very
wanna
crisp.
I just
So
wanna address
wait,
Tonio,
can
your
I say some
point.
more before you go? Can I say some more?
Oh,
So it sounds
wait,
like
is
it's a
there?
culture issue rather than like a. So it's a culture issue we have at United. That's what
No,
it
it's
sounds to
across
me.
the game. It's
Okay,
not United. It's across the game.
Yeah, yeah, but
It
like
is
we
across the
haven't
game,
seen
but we'll
like
focus on United right
like
now. So
any
Tonio,
good
could I
young players
respond to
come
Hating
your
from
at
our
point if you
academy
Chelsea.
don't
that
mind?
like
Or are there more points that you?
No,
Because I have
yeah.
5 written
Fuck
down.
Chelsea.
No, let me
Okay.
finish this
Fuck
off.
United.
So it sounds like it's a culture
Oh,
issue because
fuck
like
you then. How
who's our
about that?
last like
You pussy.
who's our last
Just
like
shut your mouth, bro. You're short, fam. Shut your mouth.
You shut.
wait who's
Midget.
our last
This
academy
is
player
nonsense.
that has been
Guys,
really good and kept like playing on our team that didn't have like any trouble? Besides McTominay, I would say. Who else?
What? Say that again?
Who's the like our last academy player that came through that like didn't have any eventually wouldn't have any trouble with them because the way they've been behaving or like something that like caused like an issue besides McTominay. That's one. Who else? I can't think of any.
That hasn't been an issue.
Technically, we can say some hitting, but most people would say I'm
Now
hating on him.
that's old
I'm
school
not
though. He
gonna
came from
lie.
Wait,
an old
wait,
school.
wait.
You
No,
saying
That's
who
the
have we
point.
had that hasn't been an issue?
yeah.
You wanna be Don and honest though, Antonio?
Willie Kambala.
Mason Greenwood.
But see, there's an issue there
No,
too.
that was problematic.
Yeah,
At the
so
end,
that's
Well,
it
what I'm
was
saying. It's a
afterwards,
culture
problematic.
that
So
can
it's
well,
not.
happen.
It's not.
obviously afterwards, and we just got rid of him one
No,
time. But
not
it was
that's that. Mason Greenwood is a topic on its own because I don't. It infuriates me. He's a
yeah,
great
How can
talent,
you
but he
come on,
did
man?
some
Let's not do
dumb
this.
shit.
Let's
honestly,
not
yeah,
do this.
yeah.
Let's
Just
not
have to
disrespect
understand.
the
Let's
cricket
not
Why?
team.
do
Why
You
is
know,
it?
that.
Why
oh
is
yeah.
that's
it? Why
fine,
is he
guys. Come on.
infuriating you? Why is it
But
infuriating
That's
but
what I
you?
was
wait,
saying.
before we
That's
go,
when you
before
just
we
Right,
go,
let's
ignored
not
it.
go down that road. Come on.
Yeah, let's not go down
chat,
there.
guys, hang on. Before we go too far, Antonio made a point originally, and we need to also give Ronald the space because we shut Ronald down when Antonio was talking. So before we move too far away from what he's saying around what he believes is the root cause behind what we are seeing now, not just with Kobbie, he sees it as a general problem at the club. Ronald, you said you had some thoughts
Yes,
before you
I
forget.
wanted to address my brother in Christ, Tonio. So, Tonio, I made 5 points, right? On a holistic base, what you said makes a lot of sense, right? If I look at a player like Garnacho, all these points you said make sense. If I look at a player like Ilanga from the past, again came out of our academy, doesn't make sense, a lot of sense, right? But I'm just going to stick to the topic at hand, which is Kobbie Mainoo, right? When you said players need to be more respectful, I think Kobbie Mainoo, in his own ways, has been respectful. When I see disrespect, is basically not listening to the manager, not adhering to what he wants him to do on the pitch, doing his own, maybe answering back to the manager. Uh, People like Gattuso have done that in the past. You're old school, cokeheads. But coming back to Kobbie Mainoo, right? Now, players need to be more respectful. So I feel like he is being respectful in his own ways. Academy issues and what people do on Instagram, I have seen nothing as such that is concerning from Kobbie Mainoo on Instagram or him even being in the academy. Now, the third point you made is this is how you act, and it looks bad. It is a bad look for you. How you act basically in the public or interviews. I haven't seen nothing again from Kobbie Mainoo. Fourth point was very much resonating to the first point that there is a lack of respect. I agree. There is a lack of respect because people get too big in their heads. I think someone did mention that ex-players, when they talk about a certain youngster, it gets to their head and they start, moving elsewhere. So yeah,
That's
but with Kobbie
that's
Mainoo,
that's a bit of a bastardization of what I said,
Kobbie
but
Mainoo
carry on.
wasn't really part of that list, in my opinion. And the last point, cultural issue at United. I'm not sure where you're going with that. Uh, However, again, all the points you've made, it just sounds like you're generalizing Kobbie Mainoo in the same ilk of other academy players who were notorious and made issues and made problems for managers not to be able to deal with. Kobbie Mainoo, on the other hand, has just been calm. Yes, has there been noise? Yes, there has. It is coming from the media. It is coming from the fans. Things that Kobbie Mainoo cannot control. If you're expecting him to go on social media and say that, you know what, I'm just going to be on the bench, no one makes no noise, I'm good with what I have. I think then 2 years down the line, you would say, bro, in hindsight, he shouldn't have done that because he then, stopped his own development. So I'm not just sure where your idea of disrespect is really coming from. From other players, I hear your point and I agree with you. Hence, if
Yep.
you would have said Garnacho, I wouldn't have disagreed. Garnacho is a prime example of prime disrespect. However, Kobbie Mainoo, on the other hand, hasn't really done that. Now, do I want Kobbie Mainoo or the team to be built around Kobbie Mainoo? No, not really. If you want to sell him tomorrow or January, be my guest. Go ahead. Manchester United would not stop.
Wait,
right?
can I respond real quick? Because
absolutely, I would allow you.
Why is
definitely.
Garnacho the
But
example of prime disrespect?
I just want to understand from your standpoint, because it still isn't like, clear on how the disrespect is.
Yeah,
just
see,
from a focal point
that's
of
where we're
Kobbie
getting
Mainoo.
apart. Because I never said he was disrespectful. Because I said players need to be more
but we're
respectful.
talking about Kobbie Mainoo over here, and you're generalizing your thoughts from the past as a PTSD that you're now, you're basically trauma bonding right now.
You're thinking.
From my point of view, he was just saying he hopes it's not like that.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
I'm saying
all
you're
he was
hearing, but
saying.
you're not listening. All I'm saying is players need to be more respectful from our academy. Is all I said. I never said Kobbie Mainoo did anything disrespectful. I'm saying all together.
But then if the question, if you're being asked, again, Tonio, or respectfully, right? If you're being asked by Vegeta, what are your thoughts on the Kobbie Mainoo situation? But you're giving him a generalized answer on other players, apart from anything from Kobbie Mainoo. Is that a rightful answer?
Ronald, can I interject? You're not getting it, bro. Ronald, you're not getting it. You're not getting it. You're focusing on words that are used and you're not seeing what he's saying. What he's trying to say is, why do academy students think that they're basically, it's a given that they get playtime? Why don't they see that there's a standard that they have to rise to, rather than throwing their toys out their pram when they don't get the playtime that they feel like they're entitled to?
Hey, Curly, can you go out and come back here?
I completely understand what Tony was trying to say. I'm not, again, I have repeated this, I think 2 or 3 times. If it was any other player, I would have agreed with Tonio, right? But since I'm trying to stay on the topic of Kobbie Mainoo, I'm trying to keep it on Kobbie Mainoo and what he has done. I'm not trying to generalize this and go on a culture, and I'm talking about other things like what he's not done. If you're
so that still applies. But that still applies, but that still applies.
Not on Kobbie. How does it apply?
No, it does. No, it does. Because you're not.
This is not necessarily players that has gone on. It could be the coaches that's coaching these players. That could be the problem. It's not just about the players.
I said it's a culture thing. That's what I said when I said I have a different take on the Kobbie Mainoo thing. That's why I said I didn't say it was all Kobbie. That's why I said I have a different take than anybody else on the Kobbie thing.
Again, the different take is absolutely fine. The different take is absolutely fine, brother. Elanga, a good. I think he was part of our academy at some point, but I didn't see him making any noise.
Elanga was different because he was okay to sit on the bench. I'm talking about players where we put them in way too early. They're starting every game, and then they think like they need to start every game.
But that's my point. Okay, now you're saying the players who are expecting to start every game. Where have you seen that Kobbie Mainoo has that expectation? Your assumption that he wants to go ahead and make it to the England squad is a precedent that, okay, he wants to be a part of the team. He wants to play. Brother, it's just the fans and the media making an unforeseen pressure on the manager for no reason.
But the truth is, none of us know what Kobbie wants.
Yeah.
None of us know.
Yeah, but that's bullshit, though. So what we're sitting here saying that a pro
and just running with it.
Are you sitting here saying, Ronald? Are you sitting here saying,
let's follow Kobbie just for playing time?
Are you saying a pro up and coming midfielder isn't sitting there telling himself that he's better than everyone else?
I'm pretty sure, bro. Coley, your mic is moving mad.
What?
Yeah, Curly, jump out and come back in.
Remove the mic and just talk from the phone. Yeah, but you're right. He's probably sitting there thinking to himself, how can I not get in this team? I'm good enough. You're absolutely right. But the fact that he's not going out and, airing his dirty laundry is what I can respect of him. He's not going out there on social media.
I have a question. Can I pose one question, Ronald, quickly? Can I just pose one question? So the assumption here then is that he had nothing to do with it. I'm going to ask you this then. What if it comes out, and it's just a hypothetical, what if it comes out that he knew everything that happened on Monday? He gave it the green light, and this was a way of him getting his message, but distancing himself from it because he can say nothing to do with me. Well, I think it came out. Would you have a different opinion about?
Yes, it would be wrong because the same way how everyone said when Garnacho wasn't really talking, but his little brother was talking, was wrong. The same way if his brother wore a free Kobbie shirt and Kobbie Mainoo was aware of it, then that would be wrong as well. Like, you don't have to do all that. That's
If
doing too much. You
If
just have
Wait,
to
Garnacho's
watch
that's what
brother
I'm
what's
going
wore a
going
off
on.
free
about.
Garnacho shirt, this wouldn't be
Yeah,
the
the
same
stuff that
sentiment that we're having here.
the stuff that are happening is they're saying he knew. That's what I'm going off by.
Bro,
Can I
again,
just say,
I'll be honest. It still sounds like, everyone's just assuming that he knew, because the brother,
No,
his
No,
brother,
no.
his
no.
brother,
There's been reports that came out that he knew.
his
So you're
brother
saying the
came
reports are
to
lying, or
his brother
are you?
came to the game wearing different clothes. Then someone at the game gave him a free Kobbie shirt, and he switched, wore that, and then that's that.
Yeah, but we're
That's not
telling
what
you
I
like
heard.
there's reports that came
So
out that
I'm not
saying he
sure
knew.
how Kobbie Mainoo on the bench
That's not
sitting
what I heard.
knew that, okay,
Yeah,
this is
Ronald,
what's going on.
listen to us real quick. We're saying there's been reports that came out saying that he knew from Ben Jacob, saying that he knew before the game, and he like said, "Yeah, it's okay." So like,
Yeah,
are
Ben
you saying
Jacobs
that?
said all of
Are you
this too,
saying
by
he's
the way,
lying,
from his
or like you don't
understanding.
believe that? Is what you're saying? So we're asking
And,
you.
and there are other
Okay,
reports
so
that
no, no,
he
this
printed
is
up a whole load of
absolutely
T-shirts, wore that
this is
T-shirt, and
absolutely
was handing
beautiful.
them out to fans. So there are other reports that he went
So
got
how
those
come we
T-shirts
haven't
printed.
seen fans outside the stadium showing that? Because it's always videos. It's always videos. Damn videos would be out by now if that was true.
But there's not a single video of that whole incident. There's not a single video.
Exactly,
So,
but you've
So
been told the story.
what you all are essentially saying, that Kobbie Mainoo got somehow, not Kobbie Mainoo really involved, but somewhere
Listen,
involved,
Ronald,
got that
Ronald.
shirt printed, got it to
I'm
his
saying
brother,
that
gave a
people
green
listening
light,
to this white man
wear
is
that
not
shirt.
always the case.
If
the truth is, we don't know.
If Garnacho's brother came out and did this, we wouldn't be having this whole conversation about did he have the shirt?
Yeah,
This wouldn't be
we
the
all
same
would.
response.
Context,
Well, that's
brother.
because he
Context.
actually
because
posts
because
and stuff.
Garnacho
Like,
has
Context.
done because
again,
Garnacho
it's
had done
evidence to
too
that.
much in the past. Hold on,
What did he do?
Garnacho
There
has
you
done too
go.
much in the
What did he
past.
His
do?
brother
He had
posts
spoken
his
himself.
Instagram and all
Is
of
that
that
him?
on his Instagram.
Is that
Garnacho,
him?
I know
From the
you know
first
for a
year,
very
Garnacho was
fact.
trouble.
Doctor, you don't chat to me.
I
You
know
don't have the
you.
right
I
to chat
can
to me.
chat to you anyhow.
You
First
don't
of
have
all,
the
you
right to
guys
chat to me,
resolve
doctor.
your
You don't have the right
Is
to
that
chat
a
to me.
hey,
sexist thing,
yo,
and
take your
Ananias?
guys'
Is
beef
that a
offline,
sexist thing?
please.
Wait.
What
It's
I
not
said,
right,
Take
Anan. That's
this
not
and
right.
damn
I'm
beef
going to
You
offline.
don't
correct you
have
when
the
I
Oh
right.
my
want.
goodness.
I
You don't
The
have the
funny
right.
thing is,
I
the
have
funny
the
thing
right.
is, like, no one actually answered my question. My whole thing about that was, are we are United bringing in like these youngers the correct way? Because I don't think we are. That was my
No, we're
whole thing
I
not.
about it.
actually, I feel like
I
if
don't, I
anybody,
actually don't.
I actually did kind of answer, but I agreed with you for the most part.
Okay,
Like, if
okay.
you
So
remember,
my
I
yeah.
said,
So
like, it could be on the coaches. It could, like, it's a lot of things that it could be.
Yeah,
Ronald,
yeah.
my
Bro,
question to you is: you think we're bringing these academy players incorrectly? If you think there's no culture
No,
issue, okay,
no,
that's all I
I
was
don't think.
saying the whole
But
So
time.
hold on, what's the
again,
correct way? What's the correct way? Whoever's saying no, what is the correct way? Because you don't realize this is what's always happened. This
you
is
have
what's
to
always happened.
understand
The
that.
only difference is,
I don't care.
and pros have said it time after time, the only difference is all of those youths before the class of 92 and any other youth afterwards stepped into a pre-established room of leaders,
Team.
men.
That's another
Yeah.
thing as well that we could focus on as well.
So
That's
Yes,
who said
because
because
it
no?
was
Yeah, that's
already a
it.
made
I
team.
guess
It
we need to
was
be better
an
in
already
winning.
made
So
team, and then 100%.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Bro, we
it
need
gets
we
tough
need
if we're
one or
winning.
two. We need one or two marquee. Like they've got to be at least. They've got to be at least 26, but no older than sort of 28. They can't be over the hill. It can't be another Casemiro because it doesn't achieve the desired effect. It has to be
So
someone that the team knows is the reason, kind of like what Bruno is now, but takes us to something like actually winning something. It has to be the guy that everyone looks at and goes, "Will Solo if he's here."
Vinicius Junior.
I've got to go because I've got a meeting I need to prep for. Coley, just a heads up. If that's a mic, I think you're missing. Just put a sock on it because over the mic because I think that's why it's popping. If you've got
What
a
my mic's popping? No, I
yeah,
think it's
Yeah,
the
yeah,
setting.
yeah.
is it okay?
I
All right,
must need
Or
to turn
take
it
off
down.
Bluetooth. It's not Bluetooth.
all right. Take care, guys. Yeah, take care.
Cheers,
Cheers.
Take care,
Guys,
doctor.
have a
can
good
I
one.
Yeah.
can I just jump in here because I've been listening to everyone and me personally, it boils down to what I said at the beginning because in the midst of this frustration, we are looking at this element. This whole football club is disrespectful. Everyone, the players, the football manager, the ownership, all of these people,
The
they're making this
fans.
thing about them. And the entity that is Man United ultimately is what's suffering here. So we can pinpoint a B. If these people as a whole are disrespectful to you and me, all of us. And I'm sick of it. Because we end up doing this. Where we're going to block A to find out if block B is the problem. If we I'm enough with everything. I'm enough. People are
But
talking
it's
about
just,
their feelings. Just get
bro.
therapists if you've had.
That's how I feel about Bruno, bro. When he said he missed those penalties, and I said the ref hurt my feelings. Like, rah, okay. But
Yeah, the manager says as well that he has feelings and he was talking in his feelings. So I don't know.
No,
A lot of
guys,
feelings are
what
being
we're not
protected
gonna
right
do,
now.
what we're not, I get it. What Bruno said gave an excuse sounded very dumb, but what we're not gonna do is tell people not to have feelings, because that's what's coming off as, oh,
No one
No,
said
doctor, you
no one
see,
can
Yeah,
have
whatever,
no
man.
as
feelings.
in,
hold
if
on,
I'm
You can
guys.
have
taking it as,
you
as
No,
in,
can
if
have
I'm
what?
taking it as,
doctor. People
you're
can have
Doctor,
saying you should
feelings.
have feelings.
doctor,
Doctor,
respectfully,
people
you
can
are
have
not
feelings, but
understanding
then
what
there
I'm
is a
saying.
professional way of handling your
I
feelings at
know,
Please,
work.
no,
brother.
Vegeta, I
Please.
agree with you,
Just
but
crash
it's
Do
out
you
it's
think I
and
could
it's
be
what
lashing out
slap
at
the
my
next
work,
person
at
that
my
it's
talks
what
a
boss?
bit on.
Ronald has just said. It's what Ronald just said. The way he said it, it's like I'm interpreting it as somebody. I,
Can you hurry up,
I have
please?
I'm
feelings.
right here. Why are
Can you
you
hurry up?
interpreting? Just ask me. I'm right
Amen.
here. I can answer. All I said was like
Because you know
Amen.
what
there
my
is a
Just
problem is?
say
You
to
know what my
professional
me.
problem
there
is?
is a
Amen.
Wait,
Just
sorry.
professional
say to
way.
me, okay?
Huh?
Doc,
We're trying to have
Nah,
a
Ronald came
Ronald.
in with
Are trying to
full
have a
attack mode today.
conversation, and
He's
this
going on everybody.
motherfucker. Sorry,
uh,
this guy
I
who's
feel
a
safe.
Chelsea fan is here just talking. That's
Listen.
disrespectful.
Don't get mad. Don't get mad.
Sending,
Don't lose
it's
your
either
heads.
you sending me or you
Keep
sending him, because
composure.
as
Keep
we keep going
composure.
on,
Keep composure.
I'm trying to have a conversation with Ronald.
Vegeta, see, I'm
Okay?
not even doing anything. She's attacking
in
me.
it,
I'm
I'm
not even
just
doing
so
nothing.
confused. Why are you crashing out on him?
I'm
Like
Yeah,
confused.
He,
we're
What's
kind of
conversation.
what's
confused
the
with you
he's
too.
crashing
conversation
out on
about?
me.
I'm
What happened between you
confused,
two?
brother. What's
We
the,
gotta like talk
what
about
are we
this.
talking
yes,
Any
about
any
here?
let
I'm
kind of
me
back.
mention now.
I was
let me
trying
wrap
to
up.
say,
Wait,
Ronald,
because he likes to
Vegeta,
say
guest,
Savarov.
shit. He likes to say
honorable
it
guest,
and mumble
hold
it
on,
like I can't
hold on,
hear, like I'm deaf.
See,
I'm not.
see, look, she's
hold
crashing
on.
out.
And then
I
when
ain't
he
I
even done
got
am
his
anything.
back.
I
boots,
ain't done anything. Vegeta,
Wait,
Savarov,
wait,
man. Vegeta, put her on the bench. Put her on
shit
the bench.
rattled,
Give her a
fam. I don't
Lucas.
understand why.
Conversation.
Give her a Lucasade, Vegeta. She's losing.
doctor, you know I'm always going to try.
You see?
Just wait,
Why would you
doctor,
say that? Why would you just
doctor. Let me save you from yourself. I will help you. Let me help wrap up first. Wrap up. We are talking about our two players who made the headline instead of the game, right? Kobbie and his brother. I'm sure you know the story. Brother wore T-shirt, free Kobbie, full of nonsense.
Yeah,
Bruno,
yeah, yeah. I know. So that's
yeah,
what is that you're talking about still? You're
that's what we're
still
talking
talking
about.
about that?
yeah.
Don't say it like
Ah,
you didn't see the
ah,
wrap up, because now you
This is the
what is
first
this?
shit in 6 days wrap up. Remember that? So we're just
yeah.
talking about it, you
But
mean?
to me,
And
I'll be real. Go on. What was you gonna say?
no, I was gonna say, okay, let me say a few things before we carry on with the show. The first thing is there was a disclaimer to say we haven't had a show on Bots' channel, and I'm catching up. So if I'm late, but the nice thing about being late is I got to see everybody else's things, and I thought it was curious. And one of the curious things that I saw is the way people are talking about Kobbie. Like I know we've gone and we've dissected him, his family, and everything involved and in
Yeah,
between. But also the way the fan base is also talking about this kid is a bit dodgy. Also, they're making it seem like this guy
yeah.
we've never seen him play, and he's just this nonsense person, and he must relax, and somehow he must make water out of wine with 2 minutes. That's just my opinion. You can shoot me, but yes, wrap up. We are talking about this because we haven't been on Bot's channel in a while. Sorry for us catching up. Carry
No,
on.
that's cool. That's cool. But listen, my opinion on it here is his brother is chasing clout. Jordan, yeah, from Love Island. He was doing a campaign, his own campaign, innit? He had a photographer there, professional
Yeah.
photographer taking bare shots. It wasn't even about me. It wasn't even about Kobbie. It was about him.
Then Kobbie should put on his
So
shoes and
he's a
tackle
crowd
him.
chaser, man. So that's the way I look at it. He wants clout.
Kobbie,
That's a
put
lot.
on your
A
boots.
lot of these Love Island guys want clout anyway. That's the way they are.
then Kobbie must put on his boots since he's on the bench and actually go warm up and kick his brother and tell him to stop doing nonsense.
But in real life, yeah, in real life, is anyone really like? Boy, I don't know. I can't see it. I can't see in real life. I have a brother. I play for Man United. My brother's doing things like that, and I don't know it's coming in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No,
Like,
no one's
weird.
let me know. Like, raw, he's got these T-shirts printed. Like, you might want to say something to.
Especially like when like he's about to play too. When all these players leave and it's his chance to start, it was so like I feel like this is coordinated. In my opinion, I could be wrong. And I'll gladly come out here and say I'm wrong. But like it seems like this is too obvious for like it makes zero sense.
Well,
Cody, to answer your question, statistically, it's unlikely that your family member is not going to know and you're not going to know about their plans.
Yeah, they're close as well. They probably did know they're close.
Absolutely.
Doctor, can you? The rapper was talking. The rapper was talking.
And then you did me nice. Wait, well, what happened between
What
you
I
guys?
said is earlier.
I've not.
I want to know the law behind this beef, fam. Because it's crazy. What is going on, fam?
By the way, guys, I'm off. One thing left to say: Chelsea are on to the semi-final.
No, Simbling.
Chelsea.
Yeah.
He knew it was going to happen as well.
He had his
I don't
one.
know why he said that. He knew it was going to happen.
Vegeta, kick him out of the stream. Do not let him enter back into the stream anymore. Kick him out.
I told him, bro.
Be a man. Do the right thing.
And you see now, Bot is not
Riley's
here.
been quiet. Riley's been quiet for like.
He's been quiet the entire time. Like,
Why are you mentioning my name?
why you're-
Why are you mentioning my name? You're getting me vexed. Don't
Okay, what
mention my
you
name.
two are gonna do is not do this anymore. Okay, you also can you guys just relax in the background as well?
Okay, now since there's less beef over here, right? Now, Antonio, just want to address whatever you said. We had a dialogue going on. It got lost, right? Apologies, but it's just how life is. I still don't see the disrespect part on a holistic base in the club through our academy. Yes, I see it, right, from other players. I've seen it in the past, but I can't really take that and just put that on Kobbie, because even if he wants to go away from the club and he is open to the idea, because I think the last time I felt it was disrespectful from Kobbie was when he was actually doing the I want more money thing, if you remember the contract situation. They haven't still closed that, right? But I think he was asking for I think it was 180 or something that he was asking. I felt that was disrespectful, because you have to do something to earn that, and the club should organically give it to you rather than, you asking for a sum
Wait,
of
we
money
actually
that you think
believe
you
that
should
he
be
wanted
getting.
more money like that, though?
You guys believe
not
Ben
to that
Jacobs.
amount, but he definitely wanted more money though.
You guys are here
I wouldn't
believing
say
Ben
that
Jacobs
much,
and saying
though.
free
Yeah, I wouldn't
Kobbie
say that much, but he
is-
definitely.
So wait.
Like, how,
Do we
why
think
can't I believe something that I
180 is
read?
too much? Do we think 180 is too
No,
much?
I just don't think that that's what he was really asking for. I think that they just put that number out there just
But
because it
see,
wouldn't make a
So
story if it
probably
was 50.
you. Hold on. Thank you.
Yeah,
Young
180 was
Cappy.
too much,
Young
to be honest.
Cappy, thank you so much. You know why I mentioned that? To get this response, what you just said. You feel they just put that information out there. And I feel
Well, I
that
feel
Ben
like they do
Jacobs
that on a
being the
regular for
guy who
Manchester
works for
United.
United, Ben Jacobs being the guy who works for United is just putting information out there.
Nah,
to just
he
make
works
sure
for Chelsea.
that the
He's more
sale.
with Chelsea.
Brother, do you know how much credibility he's earned making news, breaking news on United?
Oh,
I heard about him from
That's
Chelsea.
true. That
my
is true as
opinion.
well. That is true as well. That is true. Two things
You
can
know
be true
how
at the
much
same
he's
time.
made that? Like, I hear what you're saying, but our owners, right? They are not our owners. That sounds mad. The club owners, they actually go ahead and employ these people in the media to be their voice piece. So they're going to go ahead and use everything. And this is not the first time the club is using media to paint a bad image of a player, right? They've done that in the past with a lot of other players. This is just going to be another example of it. But then this would be used as an example to justify his sale in January. They still want to meet whatever amount of, what is that shit called? PSR or whatever that they want to meet. I don't know if it's still going to be a thing in the next year, but they still want to meet that. So another youth would be sold for profit, pure profit. So we can go ahead and invest more money into the club. But at the end of the day, from where I see right now, I don't think Kobbie's wrong anywhere right now. He's not, unless he comes out and speaks in the media and mentions names or talks in a way that he wants to be and he can't be on the bench. Yeah, you gotta go. If you don't have patience, you're not at the club.
I guess my response to that, I just don't think like his brother did that without him knowing. But if I'm wrong, you know me, I'll come out and say I'm wrong. But I just think like it's
I
too
don't think
obvious
we'll
that,
ever know if he knew or not. I don't think we will ever know if he knew or not.
Bro, this ain't hard, you know. Like, just to play devil's advocate to everything you've just said there, Ronald. This youth was close to Garnacho, and he's just watched how Garnacho got himself out of the club, and it was via his brother kicking up steam. So it's not a stretch.
I mean,
That's what I said
fair
earlier.
enough. No, fair enough. What you're saying makes sense that he's close to Garnacho, but he's not. But he's also close to Lenny Yoro. So what are we saying? Next is Lenny Yoro.
No, well, maybe because you're already done said that he wants to go to Madrid. So don't think, and that's the other thing we have to appreciate as well. Like, going back to what Antonio said, yeah, why is there that kind of arrogance? It's not even disrespect; it's an arrogance from the youth players to think I should be playing. Bro, they've been programmed to think like this. That's the United way. The United way is to think that you at 18 should be good enough, and if you are good enough, you go and win. Like,
okay.
So
Coley, can I
hold on, let me finish.
Wait. I wanna add after Cody's finished his point.
Let him land.
So the point I'm making is, yeah, they get into the academy. They're sitting in the academy watching United be in the worst period of its existence, really, as far as back as most of us can talk about, yeah?
Right.
And they're sitting there saying, I believe I am the shit, put me in. And if you're not going to put me in, send me somewhere where I can prove I am who I say I am and think I am. So it's not a disrespect, it's an arrogance and a self-belief to go, I am the solution, and if you don't believe me, I'll prove it. Yeah? And they're watching people do it. They're watching people like Mason Greenwood get pushed out of the team for off the pitch shit, go to France, and he's the best performing player. So in their minds, they're looking at it now going, raw, okay, so if the United dream is dead, I don't need you lot anyway. So fuck it. Sell me. I don't need you to play me. I don't need any of that stuff.
Where you said about the disrespect, and I want to say it out loud, I felt Cheeto was disrespectful. Because I think when the manager spoke about few names that he named about academy players, how they're doing outside the club right now, and why he feels Mainoo should, take it easy. I think Cheeto on the same day or the day after posted his image on his social media where he last scored in a cup game or something.
Yeah, Harry Anas did the same thing too. So you actually agree with me then? I don't know why we're arguing.
So again, brother Tonio, should I give it to you in writing? No, but I do agree with you on what you're saying for other players, but not Kobbie Mainoo. How difficult is it, bro?
Yeah, but I'm saying like all together. I'm not saying. See, you're singing like Kobbie Mainoo. I'm saying like the whole. I'm not
because I'm trying to stick to the topic of Kobbie Mainoo. While I do agree with what you're saying on a holistic level.
Okay, so that was my whole point. I wasn't saying like Kobbie Mainoo at all. So you're talking about
both of your points apply to all of these players, though. Garnacho threw his toys out of the pram because of the fucking Europa Cup final. He had the same mentality.
Yeah,
his mentality was, I am good enough. You should be playing me, and if you don't, fuck you. No matter if you are United.
And he's gone.
But was he wrong? Was he wrong?
So
was he wrong?
Bro, you can't even really say the kid was wrong for the sake of his own career because we weren't going to play him. So you can't say he's wrong.
And I mean, was he wrong to take up a fuss for the Europa League?
Based on his form, yeah, he was. Based on his form, he had been scoring. He should have been playing.
Okay.
Mount didn't deserve to be starting the final. That's true. He didn't.
That is the truth.
In the final,
there was some
that he scored in like 20, 30 minutes. And the manager just saw that, oh, he's the Messiah that's going to save me in the final. Shit doesn't work that way. And the reasoning he gave that Garnacho hit the side netting. Brother, he was hitting the side netting the entire season. But just because you did not have an option, you still had to use him, right? So the manager was just talking out of his back hole. That's it.
No, the fact of the matter is, like, Amorim last season, and this is what people don't want to accept, Amorim last season was probably told and definitely operated in a way which was, this is a write-off. You'll bring me in mid-season to change the system. I am not going to sit here and try and salvage any kind of place in. I'm obviously not going to get us relegated, but we finish where the fuck we finish. I am going to implement what I am here to do next season. And everyone is going to get this time to know that it's my way or the highway. And I don't care if it costs us a trophy, because at the end of the day, we won that trophy. That would be exactly how he's gone about it. And people won't like it, but that's the half truth. And that's the reason why Mason Mount played in that final.
Cody, back to what you were
Yeah,
saying about youth
I don't know
players.
how much time
Back
Amarim
to what
would
we were
have at
saying
this
about
club.
youth players. Why do you guys think a youth player will come and sit on the bench? Do you know how much you have to go through the ranks at United or big clubs or big level youth clubs? You don't think all of them have an ego?
Yeah, exactly. That's what
I
I
can
said.
Just want to
100%
come there
agree
and sit
with
on the
that too,
bench.
because that's why they're leaving Arsenal to come to United, to be fair.
No, but bro, when you get to United, when you get to Carrington, you are bred to think that you are the shit, bro. So if someone's not playing you, your mind is telling you they're the problem.
No, okay. So hold on. So here's the thing.
Not only that.
Wait,
You're probably competing. You're probably competing with about 5 other people for that one
have
position.
one thing to say. So, because I think Coley, you had mentioned it before as well about the ex-players and how they talk about you, right? I think you did mention that. I think.
Yeah.
Brother, should we sell JJ Gabriel as of right now? Because of how the fan base and the ex-players have already talked about him. He's 15.
But what did I say, bro?
No, I'm just saying. I think
No, but I'm
because I
asking you.
agree with what you're
What did
saying,
I say?
right?
Are you
They
one of
come
the
up with some
guys who
kind of an
said that the
arrogance.
legacy of the old players is being, they don't want
No.
to tarnish that?
Bro, what Coley said actually makes a lot of sense, because let's say someone like Paul Scholes, right? But to let's say people in this call, Paul Scholes just says, no, you know what? He makes sense, and I agree. Brother, do you think that brother would ever listen to any one of us after that? No, he would not, because in his head, he's right.
But
And
no,
the same
that's
goes
not
for
even
these
what I said.
players.
Ronald, that's not what I said. What I said was, the pros tell stories about themselves and their rise and their come up and how they had to take their place and how they had to demand it. People talk about how they go in the manager's office and demand to play. Everyone's got a story about how he got told he was dropped and he turned around and said, "No, I'm fucking not," and he played. So like they hear that and they go, "Oh, that's how you do it." So that's what I'm gonna do.
That though. They don't
But
do that.
what do you mean? What do you mean? Garnacho didn't get played. He went to his brother and he said, "Kick up, fuckery." Yeah, it's not the same thing, but it's his version of it.
Nah, you can't say that. You can't say you went to his brother to say that. That's a nasty word. Because then
Say
why
it
are we not
now.
saying the same about
He
Kobe?
definitely did. He definitely did. But
Why are we not saying the same
Why
about
can't I
Kobe?
say that?
If
The same thing's being said about Kobbie right now. Why can't I say that about Garnacho? Because he plays for Chelsea.
Yeah.
All
That's
right,
exactly the reason
stay
why.
quiet. Stay
but
quiet.
Coley.
Can I
Now,
ask
if
Oscar,
players would listen to these ex-players, right, and their stories from their times, that would teach them that if you be patient, you would see it through. There is light at the end of it, because all of them actually
No one
made
is
it,
trying to get regular game
right?
time at 25.
But however, looking at from a while, I feel like if a player is, let's say, Scholes is saying that Mainoo should be starting, maybe that might get to his head. Because I remember at one point Rio was talking everything about Garnacho, got to his head. A lot of ex-players were talking about Garnacho. He wasn't the same Garnacho that we saw who left, the one that came through from academy. The one who came through academy was asking for permission from Ronaldo to do a celebration. The one who
Well,
left,
he didn't.
he is
Well,
Ronaldo.
hold on. He didn't really come through academy. He was brought at that age, but he was a buyer.
He still played in our academy. So hence I said he came through the academy. I'm not saying that he was produced from our
Barely.
academy.
It's a
You're right.
difference.
We
Yeah.
bought him.
When you say born
But
and bred, you've been there the whole time. Yeah.
He was just here, and he won, I think, one of the cup games, and he scored. So he just
Yeah,
came
no,
through
you're
from the
right. You're
academy
right about
games
that.
to.
He's a Ronaldo fanboy, but that's my point. Like that's how that turns sour. That's how that situation turns into what it was, bro. Because that kid turns up intention to be the next Ronaldo, and he believes he is. And then he scores a bicycle kick, and he's like, you know what? I might actually be the next fucking Ronaldo. And then I get dropped.
That
It's like,
did
wow,
boost
how
him, though.
dare you?
And the problem with that is, like, it might not be the best choice for them, because sometimes you don't need to play every week in and week out. So like they don't realize that. They think like once they get dropped for a game, oh, it's because they think I'm shit. But you
Bro,
might not be starting right now. Yeah.
The real demise of Garnacho, and what he doesn't have that Ronaldo did have, is he doesn't have the tactical nous or the IQ for football to understand what adjustments need to be made about his game so that the entire thing gets better. Like when Ronaldo made transitions from wing to forward, or even teams that he's been to, every single time that guy's had the IQ to look at his game and make some tweaks and adjustments. And Garnacho thinks, or has been under the impression, that he can cut in and shoot for the next 10, 15 years and he's going to get to the same place. You're not, bro. Like, you won't even get through 2 seasons the same
Right.
because people will catch on to what you do. So that's the real demise to him. And that's the reason why his numbers look the way they do at Chelsea. Like every now and again, a wing back
His
will
numbers
forget
are
what
his
he's up
numbers are
to.
great. He just scored 2
No,
goals
they're
last
good.
game. What are you
They're
on about?
good. They're good.
Against
Hold on,
Cardiff.
let me finish. I'm not cussing him. I'm not
Benny,
cussing
Cunha.
him.
Scored against Cardiff, brother. Come on.
This
Hey,
is
Cardiff.
what I'm
Cunha
Allow
saying.
it.
couldn't score against Grimsby. What are you on about?
He is a one-track horse, yeah. He is a one-track horse. He can do steeplechase. You can't put him in a different type of race because he won't make the adjustment. And that's my point.
Fact.
If Chelsea got the squad depth to deploy a Garnacho against a team where a Garnacho works and then change it up for something else, we ain't. We need someone who's going to do something one game and another thing next game, and you got to do it all from the same position, and it's all got to look kind of the same but not be the same on the moment. Like he ain't got the patience, the IQ, or the tactical nous for it, and that's the reason why he'd never be as idol. So that's on him, fam.
One
Like,
dimensional.
But
And my
before I
question,
respond, I want to just before I respond, I just want to say that it's great that everyone here is getting involved. You know, there's definitely not someone at the bottom of the screen that's
Nah,
just
shut
sitting
up,
there.
shut up.
you
We don't need
so
this.
You know what you can do?
You're so
I
petty,
have
man.
no
You
idea
know
what you're talking
exactly
about.
what you can
that
do because
is
I saw your
crazy
comment
how
and
you
I
did
started
that.
You're
conversation.
petty, fam.
Because
Why did
why?
why didn't he bother
Why?
I
contributing to
can't.
the conversation?
And
Go,
Because
Doctor,
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 I'm
if
not
you
Doctor,
had
gonna lie,
come
man.
early,
This is
like
and
seeming
some
you're
like
of
you
more
us,
have a
petty than
crush
if
on
you had
50%.
come
Doctor at this
early,
Yeah.
like
point.
some of us, if you had come early, like some of us, you would have heard what I said, and I don't really want to repeat myself. And I also want
So
to
don't
hear
get
what
angry
Kobe
with
has
me.
Hey,
You got
Yeah.
Doctor,
deep for
don't be
female
a don't
attention.
yeah, don't get angry. He just has a crush on you, Doctor.
Don't
This
get
is
You
what
know,
he
you
no,
wants.
just
This is
nah,
what he
Hey,
wants.
ain't
sensitive.
no crush.
You just
Ain't no
trying to
crush
get
on
in
this
while you
on this
can.
little.
no.
Doctor.
Listen, I just want people to get involved in the
First of
convo.
all, and you could go do one because I know I'm the bomb.
You
You
shut up.
would be
You shut up.
lucky
You're not
to
talking to
Doctor.
get
me like that.
somebody who
Doctor.
You're not
looks
talking to
and
me like
is me.
that.
Okay?
You are not talking to me like that. So you
Oh,
bitten.
go
You
to
bitten.
hell. Go to
All
hell.
right,
You're just
fish.
jealous.
We've gone
Doctor.
You're
fishing.
kind of jealous,
Doctor.
aren't
Doctor
you? You're
NHS.
hella
We've
jealous.
Doctor
gone
K.
That's what
fishing.
it is.
Gone fishing.
That's what it is. I've been
Doctor
friends with
K.
other people and you're kind of jealous. I don't do the same
Vegeta.
to you.
I just asked her to join in the conversation, and this is what I'm getting, Vegeta. I'm just getting
Doctor.
abuse. I
No,
don't understand.
wow, no, that's not what you're doing. That's not what you're doing.
Doctor,
You're
focus
being
on me.
cynical.
Doctor.
Doctor, focus on Vegeta.
Yeah.
Focus on Vegeta,
Focus on
Doctor.
his words.
Come back to us, Doctor. Are you okay? Hello.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'll
I've
be
never
okay.
seen a doctor that doesn't have any patience. You know, it's
Don't
funny.
listen to him,
Yeah,
Doctor.
go and suck a dick.
Shut
You
up,
know,
Eden.
for
For
very
God's
Nah,
sake.
nah.
because I can tell you
That's
it's very,
crazy.
Doctor, you had
very
paid
Yeah.
draining.
because you finished the
Dude,
qualification, okay? Don't you listen to him. You finished that qualification. Don't you listen to this guy.
if
Um, Doctor,
if you paid attention to I've been on YouTube for like 2 years now. If you paid attention to what everything I've said, you would know.
You're
You know
spiraling.
what? I'm not. I'm gonna come back to
You're
that.
spiraling,
I'm
Doc.
gonna
You're
come back to
Doctor,
spiraling.
that.
don't see the
Bro.
hook
You're
and go for
spiraling.
it, man. Ignore that bait. Um, let me bring you into the conversation, Doctor, just so that these claims are allegations, false allegations. So, Doctor, I'm listening to everybody, and I agree with
Mm.
some parts. And the one question that's on my mind is, if these players are problematic, egotistic, and are just not patient enough, why then are fans also trying to keep them here? Does it make sense? People don't want to be here, are doing nonsense, but we're trying to
The,
keep them here.
um, the thing is, it kind of hurts a little bit to see players go and do very well in other clubs. For example, Scott McTominay, he's doing great in Italy. And I won't lie, a little bit. It hurts a little bit. I'm happy. Me personally, I'm going to talk from my point of view. I'm happy he's doing great, but it kind of hurts a little bit that he's doing great, and then like we wish they did the same at our club. But we have to agree that maybe the tactics were he was being played not in his position, or he wasn't used to his strengths. You know,
But guys, as a fan
so
base, can we live or like that, because I always hear the argument of, yeah, what if they leave and go and be better, or in Bruno's case, what if he leaves? Does our world end if these things happen
Well,
as a
it
football club?
doesn't, but we're, we're just reacting because it's what everybody does. It's a human, um, it's a human reaction to stuff, you know.
That's a
So
dark way to live, though. To live with the what if?
that
What if I fail?
don't worry. Some of us, some me, some a lot of the times I also do a lot of what ifs in my personal life. So I'm like, what if I had done this? You know, I do it a lot, but this is football, so I really don't care that much about. Like I care about it's other people's lives, so whatever. Um,
Okay, I hear you,
it's
doctor. Guys,
Bruno's
what
it's
leaving
what
the
people
team.
do.
That's
And
what that matters,
the
isn't
Bruno
it?
one is gonna hurt me because I have a question to that. My thing is, what who is going to step up and do what Bruno does? Because
No, you
Someone
have to
it's
buy
will.
it's
someone.
Don't
Curly has
worry.
the
easy. Why
answer.
Someone will.
Curly
someone
has the
me?
answer.
I'm the kind of like
Well,
who?
next man up,
No,
it always
don't
happens. Don't worry.
who's okay. So who's the next man
Someone
up?
will step up.
Who's the next man up? Someone
You
has
They
definitely
to.
have
said
to.
the same
No, no,
thing.
no.
What
There's
are we
a
gonna
left.
do
Let's
about
have
Beckham?
it
What are
back.
we gonna do about Van Nistelrooy? What are we gonna
And
do?
Buemo.
Someone will step up.
I want to
Yeah,
know
someone will
who.
step up.
Like I
Nah,
don't.
but
That
like
someone is no. I need to know
we'll have
who.
to buy someone. We definitely have to buy someone. It's just a matter of getting the right because you're right. Like the next person
Well,
has to be. Go on.
you don't think Mboma can step up?
They don't
What
play the
and
Well,
same.
carry
he
the
has
team?
kinda,
He's not going to carry
Why
the
not?
but
team. No.
the
He'll
last
be a big
3 games he's
contributor.
been
He'll be a big
pushing.
contributor, but we're talking about someone who's going to be the main person, like who is going to contribute more games than
Yeah,
not. Who is probably going to be
I
because
think I think he can operate as a seller. He won't be the main guy, but he can get you GA if you play for him.
yeah, that's what I mean. He'll be a contributor. He'll be a vital part of it,
uh,
but he can't be the guy that is built around. Like we
It's not
actually need
just
someone to build the team around. Like
yeah. We need like
and
somebody in
also
midfield too, not just attack.
yeah,
It's midfield
you
too.
need a midfielder to build one.
this one's going
Do
to
you
be
know
buying
he'll
up.
be the perfect? Do you know he'll be
Go
the perfect
on.
replacement for Bruno when he goes? There's this kid at Lille. I think his name is Buadi. That's the next guy upcoming. I think he's like he was already 16 playing in the centre mid. I
So how
think he's
come
been there for
Chelsea ain't
2
getting
years.
for him?
Oh,
Chelsea
we have.
with
Arsenal
charges
going
ain't
to
allowing it.
Arsenal trying to buy him. That guy you're
He's not.
What's
He's
talking
his
not
about.
young
profile?
enough yet.
What's his
Arsenal
profile? Is he
just
a box to
probably
box
trying
or
to
what?
buy him so nobody else gets him. That's the Arsenal way of doing
He's
it.
Coley. He's the nearest thing. He's the next complete midfielder that you could see.
Wait, he plays for
How
Leo.
old is
Okay, well,
how old is he
well,
currently? That's the question. How old is he
I
currently?
think he's either 17 or 18.
nah, he needs some time to play. He'll suffer here.
I know.
Like buy him. I
He
want
Yeah,
for
him.
he's
Leo.
too old
No,
for it.
he's been getting game time since 16. Vegeta in
Yeah,
the
But
in,
that's
in
not going
Liga.
to be. That's not going to be what we need
Moroccan.
right now. The season that Bruno
Yeah,
goes,
yeah, yeah,
we
yeah.
need someone like we need someone who is ready to be. Because the other thing is we ain't gonna have a captain as well.
I was about to
exactly.
say, is this not an
Exactly.
opportunity to break away from the dependency? Because I also think that the amount of dependency we have on Bruno is unhealthy. I mean, if you look at last year,
It is.
if you take out Bruno Fernandes, it's dark.
Yeah,
If
of
you take him
course.
out
We'd
last
have
year,
been relegated.
But
huh?
that's what I'm saying. This
And
team needs someone that is going to be that important for the next 5, 6 years again, because that's what Bruno's
yeah,
really given us, and he's not going to be able to do it for the next. So, and to answer what a question that someone said earlier, he's a human being. This is football. Careers end. You're going to have to get rid of Bruno one way or another, either because he's finished and his days come, or because you sold him beforehand and you managed to retain a bit of value and use that on getting the next guy. Because that really is our
you know,
situation.
yeah. Something had just occurred to me as Coley was saying that. And side note, but okay, let me say what I'm going to say, then I'll give a side note. He probably, and this is me just inferring from stuff he said
Doctor, you social
recently.
distancing from your mic. What's going on?
Yeah, sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
Am I
Yeah,
go on.
better?
speak louder, please.
Okay.
Shut up.
So he probably feels like he's ready to leave. He's ready. He's probably like, I will leave I'm ready to leave, but he doesn't want to leave because he knows if he leaves, like he's waiting for that one person to join the team and be what he is to the team currently. So he's like, I love this team so much. I'm not gonna leave them in the lurch.
Nah,
This is me being
Nah, he's had his time, man. Love it.
nah, that's
also side note. My side note was today. Rio Ferdinand dropped an interview he had with um with Bruno. I haven't
yeah.
watched
Well,
it
we can
because
cover
I
it
his
watched
just
interview
started.
for sure.
We can come back. We can go watch that and come back and continue this Bruno conversation
I've
Yeah,
already
because I
we're
seen
gonna
feel
it.
like
do that in
he's
tomorrow
probably
show.
I've
gonna
already seen it.
say some stuff.
I've already seen it.
I've
Oh,
watched
really?
it as well. Most,
Is it good?
I mean,
yeah,
what do you
good
determine?
episode.
Maybe you'll find it good. Maybe you'll find it good. I don't know.
So
I don't
yeah,
think a lot
let's
was said.
watch it. Let's watch it.
Five,
Who hasn't
five to
watched it?
5 to 6 years down the line, and Coley, you still hate Bruno. Uh,
I don't hate Bruno. Like you just need to listen to what I say about Bruno. I don't hate him. It's just time.
His
you don't
time's
just hate
done,
him,
innit?
you just hate him.
No, it's not even done. Like he's not even useless. Yeah, he's still good, and that's why you go now. Because I don't want
Right, he's got
him
value.
to be Casemiro. I don't want him to be languishing on the wage bill, still on a mad high wage bill, because
Yeah,
we're all
yeah, no, no,
still
no,
like
no.
romanticizing about what he used to do,
Hold on.
and he
Coley,
doesn't.
Coley,
Whatever, HBO has
Coley,
nothing
you
to
can
do with
hide
it.
behind the enigma you're trying to create that I don't hate him, but I just want him sold when there is value. Bro, you just want him sold in it. It's a simple thing. You just
Hey
want the
Fuck that
money to
man,
value,
No,
come
man.
in.
Cody,
This
And
team's
Cody, no,
making
we
Cody,
can
about
Cody's an
this
angel.
team's
He
reinvest
doesn't.
making
in a
about a
younger
billion
player.
I
in
don't rate
revenue
him, but
on a
Cody's
yearly
not like that.
basis.
Okay,
big
Come on
man,
now.
I'm
everyone wants to
not
just
gonna
swap.
lie to
Okay.
you. If they say 100 mil again in the summer, bro,
Yeah,
we
we
have to
gotta take
take
it.
that, bro.
Yeah,
I love
let's
We
get
Bruno,
need
that
but
to
like
take
100.
that big stuff.
And then
there has to. It's a time. It's just to be
But I
honest
don't
for
I
ourselves.
again
Wish
to
we
be
could just
real,
win
yeah.
trophies so we ain't gotta worry about
take the
selling a
100 mil.
player like that for
Take the
100
100
mil.
mil. That is absolutely
Just
fine.
win the trophies and
Even
win
if
the
the
money.
club would have taken it this summer, it would have been fine. It's just I just find like people weird and disrespectful to the fact that obviously at one point they were like, no one's gonna come for this guy. Now they want the 100 mil. I'm not saying this to wrap up or Coley, not to you before you guys try to kill me. I'm just saying it for other people that I know who do not appreciate or like Bruno for what he is and or what he's done for the club. So it's a
How
very
old are you,
disrespect.
Ronald? How old are you? How old are you?
It has nothing to do with my
No,
age. You can
okay.
talk to
Let me
me
change
with
the
my
question.
intelligence
Let me
and
change the
yours.
question. Let me change the question.
Sure.
Did you grow up with the? Did you grow up with the like Rooney, Ronaldo, Tevez team?
Yes.
Did you? Yeah,
Yes.
you grew up with that team. Yeah?
I have grown up from the Cantona days. Go on.
Okay, cool. So like you've experienced the reason why I am the way I am and the way I look at this team. Yeah, because bro, I've seen genuine immortal players come and go now. Like
Hmm.
you're not gonna get another Ronaldo or Cantona or
Sure.
Giggs. So like Bruno's been great for what we've had for the time we've had, but I don't have that romantic attachment to any
Yeah,
player
but
now
again,
because I watched
no,
Ronaldo go. Do you know what I'm saying?
Is that
Respectfully,
an
like I
age
said,
thing though,
this was
Cody?
not for
Because like I
this was
wouldn't
not
get a
for wrap up.
player's name in the back of my
I made
jersey
a
because of
statement.
age.
This is not for wrap up or Coley. I made that statement very clear. This was not for
No,
you,
but you
both
asked me
neither.
earlier that
Yeah, I
I
was just
just want to see
asking.
him
Yeah, it was
sold,
just
innit?
a
No, but that's not the
yeah.
no,
Then I
and
realized,
that my
but
real
then I
mantra
realized
is
your
yeah, my
answer.
real mantra goes back to all those big players we've had, and we didn't get big money. We
I
like
realized your
Ronaldo, the money
answer,
we got for Ronaldo wasn't really as big as it should have been.
Coley. Coley, if you let me, I realized your answer. Hence, I made that statement. It was me retracting from the initial statement I made that you just want to see him sold
Oh,
in it.
okay, fair enough. I didn't
So
realize you
I
were retracting.
realized where, yeah, I realized where you were going with it. So I was like, you know what?
Apprehension is
Okay.
dead.
So I want Bruno to be gone as well. Maybe move him on, use the money again in the club. But I'm not gonna sit here and say that the guy was just shit and has done nothing for this club, as a lot of
Yeah,
people
No,
say.
bro, I would
I don't
never.
like
Right?
Like,
people
if you
say.
ever
Yeah, I
hear
don't
me
A
like
lot
people
saying
of
You
stuff
say
people,
like
could
that.
that, I'm
never.
trolling.
You
a
could
lot of
never
people
say
with
that.
chest say that Bruno has done nothing for this club. Paul Pogba was the guy. Bruno's
Yeah,
just
but
shit.
they're
I'm
trolling though.
sorry, but these are conversations that happen on
Either
a daily
trolling or
basis when it comes to
racist.
like
Yeah.
Bruno's name. right?
Yeah,
So
but like,
whenever
if you ever hear me calling Bruno shit or anything like
no,
that, no, I'm trolling, innit?
so
Like, no,
not
I've gone to the
you.
extreme because
Nah, you're not
This
trolling.
was not.
You say it too
I
often
never
to be
said this
trolling at
was
this point.
you.
you get too
When
upset
did I
about
say?
it. That's why it feels like
When
I'm
did I
not
say it
trolling.
was you?
Nah, I'm talking to other people because it's not just you here, though, innit? Like, other voices have been chirping off as well. So I'm just speaking
You
for
know,
general the conversation.
you know what's funny? I
Okay,
think
fair.
like we United fan talk shit more about him than other fans. Any other fans like, oh, he's good, and then like, what's your United fan? He's like, oh, he's not that good. I don't get it.
Yeah, like how do you deal with the part
I
of the
mean,
fan
you
base that
remember it
still
was a saying
believes
that
and
United
still
fans
feels
don't know
to this
football,
day,
but hey,
like there is a part of this fan base and the United
them are
fan
the
base
lot
that
of
still
ones.
feels Odegaard is a better player than Bruno Fernandes.
Hey, Jesus. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's a crazy take. Still,
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
No.
but those statements
we've been
still
talking
fly.
about disrespect. That's a disrespectful take. Like
People
Bruno's even
say it.
one more. Bruno's one more than it. Like you can't. There's too many numbers in Bruno's favor. You can't do that. That's really.
And that's why
Compared
we
to who,
always
yeah.
say
But then those are the fan base that I talk to on a daily I
Is
guess
there
it's
any
my
of the
bad luck
loud
that I
ones
have people
that
around me like that
have problems?
who are the eye test merchants. They want to do eye tests. They want to
but
see
like
football that's good on the eye.
but Ronald, are you
And I'm
surprised?
so sorry to remind everyone over here, Vegeta, I know you want to say something, but Kohli on
Mm,
Ponce's channel, because I
mm,
think it's Bally Tech who just joined in, right?
mm.
Someone told Bally Tech that Collier is a better midfielder than Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah, I was here for that. Who
Yeah,
did
that
that?
Wait, who said
it
I
that? Who
was
was
said
here for
that?
that too. I
I
was here for
swear
that
it was
too,
like
actually.
Professor
That
Omo or
person
someone.
deserves the
So
wheel.
that's the kind of
It was,
level our fan base goes down to when it
Who
comes
was
to
that though?
looking
No,
down
you
Yeah.
need
upon.
to name
I
names. You need
swear
to
Nah,
name
I'm
it
names.
trying
Who
to
is
was
it?
think.
it was
I'm really
I don't
Professor
trying to
remember
think.
who
Omo or
was. I
someone
don't.
like that because I remember it was
Help us, bruh. Who
no
said this?
once
That's sacrilegious. Who said this?
Honestly,
I
I
don't
wanna
I'm
put
remember the
going.
wrap
name of the
up
brother.
Professor in there, but that's only because
It,
of every other take that they usually
No,
have. I
Yeah,
don't
it's
think
no,
they
it sounds
actually
like
it,
something
said
no,
Rap Up
that.
would say though.
it
Like,
has
But
no,
to
no.
be
it's
because
something
I'm
that they
going
Hold
to
would
on.
say it
say
was
that.
Professor Omo
Let me just say this. Let
because
me just say this. It was not Omo Solo. Just saying, it was not
no,
Professor, right? It was not Omo Solo. It was someone else who hasn't been on the channel for time. So I don't remember his name, but if I see the
Mm,
name, I would recognize the person. But he hasn't been on the streams for time now, so I don't even know what the person feels about Bruno
that's
anymore.
probably why.
Yeah,
mm,
but the last I heard of him was that one statement, and I had to leave
wait,
YouTube for about 2 weeks.
is this the person that avoided a hot chip?
No,
Okay, just making sure.
no. Not that guy either. No.
oh my
Hey,
god.
like the group. I've got a question. Yeah, going back to the captain situation. So like, let's put ourselves in the mindset of we need a new captain. Obviously, in the inevitable when Bruno moves on. Yeah,
Yeah.
Mm.
we've had a captain so far that by play style. Just by play style alone, I'm not picking holes in the guy at all. I'm talking about his positives. By play style, he's a creator slash goal scorer. He's a GA merchant. Like he is gonna make something happen on the GA sheet most time than not. Yeah. But like obviously different teams have got different captains, and therefore, and the captain complements the style of play. Do you think the captain can still be a goal scorer type in this system, or do you think it needs to be more of a
There's
like a
only one
marauder,
way.
like someone who's
I'm
going to
Uh,
lead by
I
Like a
work rate?
Delit
no
type of
I
vibe
Defender,
as
I
well.
have
Are you getting
defender.
I
at that?
yes
yes.
Like a
I
Delit?
said
I
the
said
list
I
should
delete.
have
be new
Yes.
captain
I
if
have two
Bruno goes.
names. I have two
It would
What,
be
names.
Vegeta?
Delit,
Why
I
is your
feel
face like that?
personally.
Would you say?
I'm saying the only person. The problem is he can't stay fit. Is Mateus.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
I was
the
gonna
only
say the
one.
ledge. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. I feel
True.
like everyone
So
here is
I think we're
claiming
all
the
in
ledge.
agreement there.
Cole, I do have two names that I want to put forward for the next captain.
Yeah, go
But
on.
when you said Marauder, the
No, I'm just
one
asking. I
that
just gave you an example. I didn't say it had to be, but I'm
No,
just saying, like, as a play style, that probably would suit because our team is about work rate. It's about tracking back, getting forward, finding space, being clean with possession. So, like, if you think about who sets that example, who embodies that,
But see, the thing is, in our attacking side of the team, right? No one has been long enough over here to be that captain or have that control or qualm over the team, right? Because obviously
yeah,
there is a hierarchical system that still gets followed, just like every organization, even at United, right?
so that's slowly going
Lenny,
out the
you're
window.
right.
If you look at our leadership team, most of those people are going to be gone soon. Maguire,
Yeah.
Delo,
Yeah.
Bruno,
Tom Heaton.
And that is
Tom
why
Heaton.
Yeah, he's
that
still.
is
I know he's still on it, and he's
Coley.
gonna be
That
gone
is
at the end of the season.
Coley.
Oh,
That is
you know
why
what? Let me
my
You
calm
two
said
down.
that last
options
season.
for the future captain are,
Yeah.
if he can stay fit, Lissandro Martinez or De Ligt. Either of those two.
Nah, I don't want
If
Martinez, to be
both of
honest.
them can stay fit, the question is,
I
can
don't
both of
think
them stay
I
fit?
don't think Leach is here much longer either.
He
Leach,
might. He
yeah,
might be
You,
can't
right.
be.
Yeah,
you could be right.
his one more injury away from having to leave
No,
type of
before that,
vibe, literally.
Ineos are strict accountants first. They're going to be looking at that man, going, listen, you would have to be part of a league winning side for your value not to dip next season. Because we've got to expect you to. He's been injured more than he's been available at this point. That's
No,
a sin when
100%.
it comes. That's a sin when it comes to value. That is a sin. So they're going to be looking to
Varane played
cut
more
ties with
times
that.
than he has,
Huh?
and he was injury prone. Varane has played more than Leach, and everyone called him injury prone.
See, so
So,
yeah, I don't think we can
mad.
count on Leach being here much longer. I think he's a bit of a financial liability, to be honest.
How
I
old
think
is
he's.
Leach
The
as
thing is,
well?
yeah, the lit,
27, I
yeah,
think. 26, 27.
Okay.
The
Okay.
lit is like an easy choice for most people to say, but I think if this team goes in the direction it's going in, then having him as a captain, I don't want a situation where now we're saying the captain's on the bench. So I
Yeah.
I think it's going to end up being one of those new attackers. Personally,
Listen, don't
But
knock
you
it though,
don't think that he
because
would buy somebody to be a captain though? That could be another option as well, which I
this
would
is
not
it. This
agree
is what I
with
was saying. This is
because,
why I was saying, yeah, it has to be a marquee signing because if you buy someone that
yeah,
good and
literally.
everyone's that new, then it just goes to because we're right. Like usually when you choose the hierarchy, it's about how long you've been here, and then your talent comes into it and your contributions or whatever. But if everyone's new and you're in a rebuild, it basically goes to like, raw, who's the guy? Who's him? Who carries us?
But
And
also,
then
I
if
feel
Yeah,
that
like
guy so happens to then take
but
charge at the same time, then you're
even
on
if
to a
you're
good thing.
wait,
talking
but
about carrying, there's none of our attackers, none, zero, that can be the attacking guy who would take you forward. I'm sorry. I know everyone would love it to be Mbeumo or Amad Diallo or Cunha or Sesko even, but none of them have that mindset or
Yeah, I agree.
capabilities of being
I don't
the
I
but
don't
being a
see captain
captain.
ability in
yeah,
any of them.
So
the problem is that those guys don't
the
give
main reason
leaders of
why I
men.
said the main reason why I said Martinez or De Ligt, because De Ligt was one of the youngest captains Ajax has ever seen. So he's done that role before, right?
Hmm.
And Martinez, because he just has that I don't want to say vibe, but he just has that role in the team that, he kind of fits with every player that is
Well,
around. But
Martinez
he
captain
also
of
has
Ajax as well.
I don't know if he was the captain. I'm just not sure.
Yes, he was. Yes.
No, okay, if he was, the great, good for him. But I know the Delit one. So even if I have to choose between the two, I would still go with Delit because he has been performing well. He hasn't been bad. Like when you
Yeah,
guys
yeah,
talk
yeah.
about Martinez and his injury record, I hear you, right? You can't have a captain who isn't around, right? So Delit just has a very strong case. But I don't want this club to move into a direction to give it to someone like Delo, bro. I would be pissed. I would stop watching ball.
Delo shouldn't even be playing, let alone
Guys,
captain. But hey, that's my take.
Delo's a future United captain. Don't ever
To
nah,
be
disrespect
Shut
him.
fair,
up.
no, he's actually a future
nah.
Chelsea sign and to unlock Garnacho,
Nah,
so you could fuck off.
we signed your youngest. We signed your youngest,
Gu-
mate.
Guys, can I
Kobe's the
be
one that's
honest?
coming over here.
Besides, everyone's younger. You bunch of flipping
Sorry,
You
predators.
shut up, mate. Yeah.
You
Yeah,
chill
guys are
shut
just
up.
out,
child
You know
predators.
what?
Shut up, you
Shut
chill,
up,
child
okay?
predators. You
Come
just sound
on.
like a
Jesus,
child
chill
predator
out.
This is
too.
what you do every
We want
time.
children.
Why are you
Doc,
here? We're
Doc,
talking
why are you
about
speaking?
United shit.
Doc, be quiet.
Because
Doc, be
And
quiet.
why are you trying to
yeah, dude,
silence a
what
woman?
is
No,
this?
but to
This
be
What are
fair
you
to
trying
Oh,
him,
to
am I
do?
to
trying to
be fair
silence a
to him,
wait. She asked me a question.
Yes.
Am I trying to say yes,
Are
I'm
you
trying to
trying to
silence a woman.
silence a woman?
Yes.
You're
Okay,
trying to
Yes.
sin
silence
bin
the
then,
women?
right quick.
Damn.
Sin bin this guy.
Yeah,
Get
this
him
is
gone.
crazy. But
Because
going
we
back,
don't do
sorry,
that shit over here.
doctor.
Sorry
We,
about
we
my
do that
But
language,
shit.
going back
guys.
to the captaincy thing, I feel like sometimes we conflate your good player with your leader. I feel like, from a leadership perspective, looking at the team as it is now, even if it's going to be very hard to find somebody who's good and has leadership material. And I think with Bruno, you are trying to replace two different players. You're trying to replace a captain and you're trying
yeah,
to replace somebody who has high impact on the team and its
yeah.
performances. I think Mateus de Ligt is the right person to lead us. Granted, if he stays fit, because the man, you can even see in the back line, he makes a difference. He's a commander. He's a leader of men. I hate to use this phrase, but he has the aura of a captain, Mateus. Now, in terms of the other side of Bruno's game, that's where we have to focus on getting people who will bring the numbers. And it might not necessarily be one player that will replace Bruno. You might have to get 2 or 3 players who will replace the impact of Bruno. I don't think we need to go and find a very niche person who's going to lead and do the numbers thing. That's going to be very difficult to do.
Well, it's not. You just have to spend big money. These players exist.
Nah, facts. You buy a captain if you don't have a captain. Literally, that's what this is right now, where we're gonna be at. Who's chopping up a chicken?
The only person
A chicken,
who
bro.
would fit in the system.
How do you know it's a chicken?
Wait, the only person I feel who would fit in the system and would be that marquee signing and could be that captain. One is like unattainable, but for me, that guy would be Valverde. Like I would see him as, you know, the captain, the guy who, because he's the captain of the current Madrid team. But then that's big money you're talking there. So bringing in a player who could just straight away be your captain, I don't think that would say.
Honestly,
I don't know if it
though,
would sit
Ronald,
well.
if we're gonna get rid of Bruno, we need the biggest of money signings, to be fair, if we're gonna get rid of Bruno. And that's just being
Yeah,
blatant
but
honest.
but young Pappy, I'll be honest with you. I think the way this club is going and the ownership that we have, they're gonna go ahead and try to recoup that 100 mil in fractions of players. Like, you know, get this one midfielder who's up and coming, then get this another midfielder who's up and coming, and maybe, you know, settle for one guy from the Premier League to just,
Which
you
I
know,
think
keep the
they've
fans
stated
quiet.
before. Yes, they're looking more towards the future than right
Exactly.
now.
Yeah,
So
Yeah,
you're
but
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
have your
see,
one
see,
signing
that's
from
that.
the league itself to
There's
keep the
such a
fans
fatal
happy.
flaw in that plan, man.
No, it
Such a
definitely is,
fatal flaw
Kobe.
in that
It
plan.
definitely is.
You
However,
can't
that
win
is the
like that.
truth on what they. That's how they are viewing it, though. And yeah,
Because when they said
it's
we
the
want to go
truth.
ahead and buy
Unfortunately,
Mbappe before he becomes Mbappe, that's exactly what they're trying to tell you. We're gonna buy young. If it works out, great. If not, then we'll sell him.
Well, then we turn
me
into
He needs
FC
somebody
then.
to stuck to that plan anyway.
But me personally, guys, I don't think there should be only one plan to try and fix this thing. Because, like I said, if you look at the list of plans, there must be a plan A. And if the plan A is, okay, we're going to go find that niche player that is going to be the marquee signing, but also our future captain. If that fails, it can't be, oh, well, we can't be successful now. I think plan B is Mateus, your captain. Then Bruno, we must replace your goals and your contribution with more than just one person.
The
Yeah, that's a
reason
very
why
good short-term way
the
to go.
reason
Like,
why I am not agreeing with the marquee signing being the captain is because, for example, right, looking at the current market, a player like Anderson, I think that's his name, Anderson, from I think he's from Forest, right?
Nottingham. Oh, you're talking about the Nottingham
Yeah,
player?
that guy. So what people are saying that he is the next, you know, signing. Well, he's 100 mil, so 100 mil could be considered as a marquee signing. But if you look at it, is he a captain for Forest right now? No, he isn't. So either
so then
we
that's not the
do,
right person.
that's not the right person to go ahead and put in a captain who's never done that role before.
I
Yeah,
think
So
the only
either you
person that like
sign.
we could get that's like is Harry Kane, but that's not gonna happen. So like,
Yeah, but Harry Kane would not work because he doesn't fit the bill of young and upcoming. That's gone and past, and you know, like
But is it
is
also not
everything opposite of what
short-termism
Ineos
to look
want.
like a person like that who's going to be here for 2-3 seasons? Then you need another captain.
Yeah,
yeah,
not
No,
even
but
that.
again,
You just
that's
in a
my
striker
point. If you
position as well. Like that's a Van Persie signing, and our team ain't that. You buy that when you need to get over the line of winning the league. Like we're nowhere near that point yet. Like that's the kind of signing Arsenal need. We don't need that.
true.
But that's why I wouldn't be mad if Mateus
like
becomes
if
captain,
you're
and then you
looking at
get me 2
someone like
midfielders from the
Valverde,
3 people we are looking at. That's not a bad plan.
but if the club is
No,
looking
yeah,
at
the
someone
G.
like
What you said.
Valverde or Bastoni, or you know, Bastoni is just one name. I'm just throwing it in there, right?
Bastoni's a great
I
shot.
don't, like those could be your, you know, captains. Or who's that one guy who plays wing back and he's a good, I'm just forgetting the name of the guy, not Dumfries before someone says it, but the other wing back, I think
DeMarco,
his name is
DeMarco.
DeMarco. Yeah, that could be another one of your captains. Like, you bring in that guy, he could be the captain because they've done those roles in the past. I just want someone who's experienced with some, like how we got Roy Keane. He was part in the process of being a captain at the time, and then he just took over the ranks after it was passed down to him. He just did not become the captain when he came into the club first day.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't see anybody that can come in and become captain right away, especially with these players. They got to like earn their respect first. So like, it has to be somebody that's already here, and maybe like later on, like somebody takes over. So
Yeah,
You'd
so
be
sign
surprised, man.
Bastoni and Valverde. Done. Sign them.
Yeah, but I don't even think they'll give them the captaincy right away. Out of
No, they
respect for
wouldn't. It should be
Don't be
split, in my
surprised if
opinion.
Luke Shaw ends up being captain. Do not be surprised.
Remember,
if
it's
it ends
after
up being
this
Luke
season.
Shaw.
We're looking at after this season wrap up. Like, is
Yes,
Luke
I'm
Shaw
saying
gonna be
don't
here
be
after this
surprised.
season?
Yeah, he is.
Probably.
He's still got
Yeah, probably.
I wouldn't
he's
see
got
why
till
not, but
2027.
If they do that, then we as a collective fan base must put on football boots and kick that person in the shin, whoever
Wait,
that
who's
person
going to
is
be the
at.
captain? I missed that
literally,
part.
if Heaven's gotten
Vegeta,
more
who
game
was said to
time,
be
I
the
would
said
pick him
captain?
over anybody.
Luke Shaw.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh,
I will,
I'll
no
say that.
I
way.
don't think Luke Shaw would be a bad captain, man.
Yeah, I
I
was
think
gonna
he'd be
say
an
like
alright
I don't think
captain.
I'll give.
yeah.
they
I
might
mean,
actually think
if you
about
want to
that.
make Luke Shaw a captain, might as well bring back Martial and make him the captain, because they both would be equally available.
Yeah. Luke Shaw is a no-no for me.
But then,
Luke
like,
Shaw
Luke
can
Shaw
be
see,
is
the
I
captain
Luke
mean,
of the
he's
Shaw
been
is
team.
just
available
Luke
this
Shaw is
season.
the
He's
just
been
playing right
available.
now
availability
because
thing, the
Luke
availability
Shaw is
thing's a
just
bit dead. I think
It is
like
there.
Luke Shaw
He's
is
available
if you gave
now
it back to Harry Maguire, he wouldn't be a bad captain because he's on the bench.
but Luke Shaw is just playing right now because England is around the corner.
because
If
he's
England
fit
games
to
weren't
play.
there, would he be playing? Would he be fit?
He's fit to play.
You're
I
not gonna
can't
know
say
until it's
because
not.
right now he is fit to
We
play.
have seen
Literally,
seasons where there were no English games and the brother was just outside playing video
it's
games.
always an English game. Come on now.
There's no universe where I'm picking Luke Shaw over my taste elect. I'm sorry. Like, I'm not buying that product. Mm-mm.
I think I'd
I
rather
That
can
is
see
delete,
where
but
I
I
can
wouldn't
see
be
where it
mad if
comes
it was
from.
Luke Shaw. I wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't be kicking up fuss. Like,
they need to
I'd
sell the
rather
list
delete.
if they're choosing Luke Shaw. They must sell him first before I can accept it. Otherwise, I'm doing corruption and I'm defending it. That agenda is starting.
If everybody's fit, I'm going Leacher.
Wow.
Sham. That one.
I think he's got leadership material. Like we were screaming leader before Delete even came. So,
The can
but
I
that
say
was
something real
before he
quick?
started getting injured the way he was getting injured.
I
No,
could
and you
agree
know the
with
other
you,
thing
but I
about Leacher
also
as
Can
well?
have
we
to
can we
disagree
have a
because
because we
his
can have a
literally
captain vice
what
captain
the
role,
leader
right?
would want, like his the sideman of the leader. I feel personally like the shadow leader, if you want to, like he does the dirty
He's
work
the
for the
enforcer.
leader.
He's the
Like
Yeah,
you can
enforcer.
have
that's how
Delete
I
as the
see
cap.
Leacher. To be fair,
You can
yes,
have
it's a
Delete as the captain and
captain-ish
Leisha as
role,
the vice captain.
basically in
Yeah,
that
yeah,
sense.
yeah.
Basically in that sense, yes, I could see that. But Leacher is more of a shadow. Like, obviously I watch anime, Naruto, all of that. There, he's like the Shadow Kage compared to the actual Hokage. Like,
Yeah,
you know what
because
I
he's
mean?
injured so much. That's why he's in the shadows.
I wouldn't say that. He just does the dirty work. That's all.
But also, guys, we need a leadership
I
team
think
that
you
is not
should
going
get
to
attacked before the
change.
captain. I think.
Sorry?
But there's one thing. Maybe 5 or 7 years down the line, right? I'm saying 5 or 7. I would definitely want
We're gonna be
the.
alive then?
Well, I hopefully should be, and I
Same
hopefully
here.
everyone on this call is for 70 years if they can. But I would definitely want to see a goalkeeper being the captain again. If Lemens could be the guy who could sustain himself for the next 7 years and be good, I would want it to go to him. 7 to like 8 years from now.
We'll have
Oh
another
shit.
conversation on Laments another day.
I mean, we
Yeah,
still
I
have
like.
Onana. We can just wing him back and make him captain.
let
I
me
mean,
just give Buddy Tech a chance to say
I don't
something
think
before we close off the season.
I don't think the Tobacco Club wants to keep him. Actually, they want to send him back. I don't know what the club's name is. It just sounds very similar to Tobacco.
Oh, you mean Onana? Ish, that one is yeah. Buddy Tech, are you with us, brother? Welcome. Sorry.
Yeah, bro, I'm
Cat's
here.
Body
only
tech
been
I'm here.
chilling for
spoken.
20 minutes.
It's spoken.
I'm in
Oh
bits
my.
and pieces, but yeah, man. like obviously the club needs to move on from Bruno Fernandes. I'm not one of them guys who's like, oh yeah, get rid of him, get rid of him. No. However, I do like the way that the club has slowly started to diversify from relying on Bruno Fernandes's goals and his assists. Now, obviously, the likes of Mbuemo have started to chip in with the goals. Cunha, Ahmad, and hopefully Semenyo, if he comes in, because that rumour is looking hot. Now, for me, that type of forward line, along with a Sesko, they're bagging all types of goals, right? All types of goals are getting banged in, and these guys will be servicing each other, pause. And obviously, with the likes of Bruno being either phased out of the team, because I think the gaffer did say that if Bruno's still here next season, that he will be a rotational option. So Bruno already knows inherently next season he's not going to start every game regardless of fitness or not. So even if we do get two midfielders, maybe we have to think about trying to persuade Kobbie to stay as well so he can be
Wait,
in and amongst that mix
I just had
with
an
the two
epiphany.
new midfield signings.
Bally Tech, while you were talking, I just had an epiphany, bro. I think a name is just forgotten in the mix of everything. But I know for sure the club is going to try and push him to be the captain. Mason Mount.
Nah, bro.
Bro,
Um,
they've given him the number 7
Yeah,
already.
that's a good
also
Yeah,
shout. That's a good
wait
shout.
to injury.
That's a good
Wait
Which
to
is
point.
kind
That's
of
a
injury.
good
fifth.
point.
He
It's
is
a
in
good point
big
because I
plans
thought
of
about it, but no.
he's in big plans of Ruben Amorim.
He's the most Ruben player actually at this club.
Yeah,
to be fair, yeah,
Bruno
the only way it
Fernandes.
happens is if he becomes 10x the player he is now. But that's not to say it couldn't happen. Like, he's looked very good since he's come back, to be fair to him. But he would have to do a lot performance-wise because, like, even like what you've just said, the number 7, like, can you honestly say you'll find anyone in the fan base, anyone, anywhere that says, yeah, he's worn those boots well?
I don't think he sold a lot of shirts of Mount number 7. I'm not sure if
Well,
he
the
have
thing,
Exactly.
actually.
So, like,
wait, hold on a sec. Before we start going in on what he has or hasn't done, bearing in mind, yeah, he only played his first 19 minutes for the club the other day, like maybe 2, 3
yeah,
games ago.
I put that
Like,
caveat in there. I put that caveat
yeah,
in the beginning.
he's not really played for this club. Not only
But
that, but the
that's the
club,
point, though, bro. He would have to go. He would have to go so far, so quick in his performance to get the armband in time. Before you're talking about in one season, half a season, if that. If Bruno gets sold in summer,
I'm not running off with what he's done so far. But what I will say is that for the club to get finessed the way they got finessed for an injury-prone player in the last year of his contract for about 60 odd million, yeah, a guy that basically won the Champions League and was player of the season 2 times in a row for Chelsea, to give him the number 7 shirt, then for us not to actually see what that's all about. And then for us to see the glimpses. And even at one point, the manager even decided to drop Cunha for a period, and Mount was cooking. And to be fair, aside from Bruno and Mbuemo, and Ahmed started to come into it a bit, Mount's been one of our best players. He's been one of the most consistent, in my humble
See,
opinion. I haven't
that
seen too many games where I'm like, he's having a stinker. In fact, I can't recall a stinker from him this season. So,
But there's more to it. Like what I said was obviously the numbers, like you guys said, they're coming along, right? His fitness is coming along as well. But at the same time, he kind of ticks in the boxes that Ineos want, right? The English player tax, he kind of fits it. England, cap, he would play for the England team, kind of fit that too. So I think there's more to it that maybe, Ineos might have not given him the number 7 shirt before, right? Could be true. But they've also not even looked at, trying to move him on. When they did move a lot of wingers out of the club, he was not one of the guys who they wanted to move out. Plus, Ruben has a huge amount of trust in the guy. So what I think Kohli said, he has to 10x his performance and, be the guy. Yes, he has to, but he could be the potential guy they might look at and be like, for the time being, we could give it to him.
But yeah, but that's what I'm saying. He would have to, between now and when Bruno goes, because that's when we're talking about the armband moving over.
Mhm.
Like between now and then, he would have to have a mad season. Like I'm talking like
Season of
30
his life.
GA, like 30 GA by the end of the season. Then he would put himself within a shout, because before then, I think they look at people like Luke Shaw, who's definitely going to be in the national team by then. They're going to be looking at Mateus de Ligt, who's probably by then, at that point, held down our defense and been the commander of our defense. Like, I don't think Mason Mount's going to be able to do enough in the time it actually gets exchanged. If we were talking about 18 months from now, yeah, there's more of a chance. It makes way more logic. But if they gave it to him now, that's a terrible decision. That creates a toxic environment, because then he can't do no wrong. He's a golden child just because of who he is. Like, he's done nothing. He's been given
But
the
bearing in
number
mind,
7
it's
based
the
off nothing.
manager's decision. Yeah, the manager's going to make that decision.
Listen,
And
I'm not saying it's
who
not possible.
is
I'm
the
just saying he was
manager's
given.
teacher's pet? Yeah. All the players know that this manager loves Mason Mount. I don't know why, but he loves him. Ten Hag was the same thing. The brother was never fit, but they all love Mason Mount. Now, I put it to you that, yes, as a fan base, the majority of us do not actually rate Mason Mount. But I think a lot of our players are not actually that smart. That's what I think. They're not actually that smart. But Mason Mount is so intelligent that if a manager says, I want you to do X, Y, Z, he knows what to do, as opposed to somebody else who needs multiple repetitions to do that particular thing. And I believe that's why, even if we was to sack this manager, another manager comes in, they see Mason Mount, and then they'll hold him up in the air like he's the golden guy, because he just knows how to follow instructions. And I think that's why they would probably throw their weight around a guy like Mason Mount.
What you guys are talking about are rational and logical things that our owners and the decision makers are not privy to. I'm talking, like, think of it from their standpoint and point of view. What makes more sense for them to, make hoops of, like, trust within the fan base? Obviously, logically, the lit makes the most sense. But for them
Luke
to
Shaw
hit a lot
makes
of
more sense than Mount
brackets,
in that regard as
no, no,
well.
no. But then Luke Shaw, they know the fan base would never accept, because Luke Shaw has been here for time, never been a captain, right? But at the same time, with both of them, Luke Shaw has been more injured than Mount.
Wait. So what you're
Just this
saying is
season,
like
they
the
both are
coach.
looking fit.
Wait, Ronald, are you saying the coach won't have any say, like who becomes like will be more like higher ups, or?
Just the Baradas and the Wilcox and all of those guys, like Ineos and then them group, those guys I'm talking about.
Oh, okay, but I feel
Who
like
is
whoever is the coach will have like a big say though, and he has to, because he like the captain is who he trusts on the field to like lead the players though. So I think it'll be 50-50. So eventually it will come down to the manager more than like the higher ups, in my opinion. But I could be wrong.
I feel like I don't know, man. Everything that's being said is valid, but kind of along the lines of what you were saying, Ronald. Like, think about what the owners are going to be worried about. They're gonna look at a commercial profile, innit? Like,
Yeah,
they're gonna want someone who's in a national team to be the captain of Man United.
yep, I agree. And Mount is potentially in that list.
But he's not a mainstay, is he? He's not
He's not a
like Luke
mainstay. You're
Shaw's getting
right. He's
picked.
not a
Luke
mainstay.
Shaw's getting
But
picked. Like, as long as he's
no,
fit, he's
Luke Shaw
getting
is
picked.
definitely getting picked with the way he's playing right now. He's definitely getting picked, no doubts. But again, because that international thing happens not so often, and the next time you might see Luke Shaw, he might be retired to even show up for the England, thingy. But
Wait,
Mason Mount on a like longevity, Mason Mount has more time to do it more often than Shaw. Shaw has done that in the past, but going forward is what I'm talking about.
Luke Shaw as a center back or a left back for like, because I don't see him as a center back for them.
Depends upon where Tuchel wants to play him now.
But the thing is, what I would even say is let's take it to this. If Luke Shaw is in the last year of his deal, next season, does he get a new contract?
Probably
Because
not.
I put it to you that Mason Mount gets a new contract. If he's in the last year of his deal, he gets a new contract.
He gets a new contract. Mason Mount gets
If
a new
Luke
contract.
Shaw stays injury free, then you'll get an extension. I bet you. He stays injury free. I know how this club works.
I would never give a guy that's barely played like that, who's been at the club for almost 10 years, an extension.
If that's the case, then you expect them to buy someone else who's integral to the England team, because Man United always has someone integral to our team, integral to the England team. It's the way it is.
That's what again Andrew's saying from like Forest. So I feel like he's the next up. That's gonna be like big for the England team.
That'll be a big part of the commercial profile that Ronald's talking about, and that's the reason why I think Luke Shaw is a bigger contender. Then as long as he's at the club, they'll look at him before.
But maybe they signed Guehi. Maybe they signed Guehi in January.
Maybe.
Oh, that's a good shout. That's a really good shout right there.
If they sign Guehi in January, then they will look to move somebody on, whether it's Harry Maguire or Luke Shaw. They'll look to move one of them on.
I think they're going to keep Maguire on a lower wage,
or even
Shaw and Martinez on.
You know what's crazy? Because Maguire's going for free, it could be both of them. They don't have to choose. Maguire's contract.
No, they're going to keep Maguire. No, they're going to keep Maguire on lower wages, 100%.
Bro, I wouldn't mind Maguire staying until he's
100%. They're going to keep, brother. If you've looked at Maguire and his recent form, there's no way in your mind you're saying that he, obviously not on the same wages that he's on right now, but lower wages, bro, they're keeping him. If they can have the cheek of bringing back Evans, brother, you don't know how desperate this ownership is.
Yeah, the ownership, but me personally, no.
Yeah, we personally are logical people. That's why I said we have to think illogically. We have to think like Ineos.
That's some Richard Arnold BS, bro. Just extending contracts indefinitely.
Who extended Eric Bailly's contract when he was injured?
Wasn't it them Woodward? Those Woodward guys.
Days, dark days.
But anyway, we could keep going, guys. Thank you very much. Yo, it's 2.5 hours. I've given an extra 30 minutes. But shout out to everybody, to all the panelists, everybody who contributed in the chat. We saw we had a membership. Shout out to Make Matt. We'll be back hopefully tomorrow, probably myself, because Bots is still on vacation. And we will see what's trending tomorrow. We're not coming back to this conversation. We are moving on. Please like, share, and subscribe, people. Share the video out. And we are people. Cheers.
Take up, bro.
Football power.